white feet, shoes across the stage when you get your diploma, and then everybody figures out, hey, Lisa was a Blob this year. That's incredible. I think that's a pretty cool story.
That is a pretty cool story.
And a cool way to do that. So tomorrow night, the last game on the schedule, it goes off at 6:30, and it's Stanford at Hawaii. Normally the Hawaii game is late night stuff, so 10:30 at night, 9 o'clock, whatever. But Stanford is going to be at Hawaii. Hawaii's a 2.5-point favorite with a 50 over-under total. So, it's football time in Tennessee. It's football time across the nation.
It is.
And, gosh, I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, it's been the longest 7 months of my life. I can't believe it. But here we go. Let's see what else is going on in the sports world. PGA Tour Championship, which I didn't know this, but the Tour Championship, which is being played at East Lake Golf Club in Atlanta, they only have about 30 players in that whole tournament.
I did not know that.
Normally you see a field of what? 100 or so. A bunch of them. But in this Tour Championship at East Lake Golf Club in Atlanta, there's only about 30 players in it. And as of about noon today, Henley was in first place, Tommy Fleetwood second, tied for third with Cameron Young, Hebert, Justin Thomas, McIntyre, Morikawa, and Scheffler. And, anytime Scotty Scheffler's in there lurking around third place or within, 5 or 6 strokes to first place, you better watch out for Scotty Scheffler. And that total purse, Clayton, $40 million is split up.
Holy cow.
So since Liv has come along, and since Liv got in the picture and started playing, and the Saudis started paying all this big money for first place and just basically contracts to play on the Liv Tour, PGA has kind of stepped their game up a little bit, wouldn't you say?
And you heard Tiger Woods mention that it was going to look a lot different. So, but they're.
So competition, in the world of free capitalism, competition works.
It does.
If you're the PGA Tour all these years and you've had a monopoly on pro golf across the net, you go back, decades, 70, 80 years?
Exactly.
They've just had a monopoly on TV contracts and everything else. And they've also been able to control their costs by limiting the amount of purses being offered to these golfers in all these tournaments that are played every weekend. But now that Liv has come around, Liv is giving a little competition. And like I said, PGA had to step their game up a little bit and offer these guys some more money. They don't want them jumping ship. They don't want. Of course, Phil Mickelson's not what he used to be, but they don't want these guys, Brooks Koepka and other guys, going over to Liv because that's a star power that people want to see.
Absolutely.
And that keeps their ratings up. Okay, we're up against our first break. This is the Front Porch Sports Radio Hour. We are live. Battle Creek High School, Battle Creek, and Mount Pleasant are going to battle tonight at 7 o'clock. This is the Front Porch Sports Radio Hour, and we'll be right back.
This is Coach Tredaris Goff from Columbia Central High School football. You are listening to 101.7 WKOM in Columbia, Tennessee.
Hi, I'm Robert Rogers at Parks Motor Sales Buick GMC.
And I'm Michael Parks Lawrence at Parks Motor Sales Buick GMC.
Together, we're Mr. Bobby Parks' grandsons, and we run his dealership, and we are glad to be part of our local community.
Being family-owned and operated, we invest heavily in our community.
We do things like sports teams, schools, bands, you name it. We try to help everybody we can.
The reason why we do this is because we all love this community.
So come do business with us, your neighbors, at Parks Motor Sales in Columbia, Tennessee, right off Nashville Highway, or at parksmotorsales.com.
Let's talk custom design jewelry. Did you know Tillis Jewelry in downtown Columbia creates custom design jewelry and has been for over 30 years? From one-of-a-kind engagement rings to wedding bands and so much more. We want each piece to be as unique as you are and create a family heirloom for tomorrow. Call today and make an appointment with one of our designers. And just for calling, you will receive a free 30-minute consultation. Tillis Jewelry, creating custom jewelry proudly in Tennessee.
Hi, Jimmy here for Columbia Ace Hardware. Columbia Ace Hardware now carries Magnolia Home by Joanna Gaines paint. Now their premium quality and huge selection of colors will be right in your neighborhood. Along with the award-winning service and advice Columbia Ace has always provided for your paint projects. Around the block, what you need in stock, with people who know their paint. Columbia Ace, the helpful place.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Do you have trees that need trimming or removed? Do you have stumps that you want grounded? A1 Tree Trimming and Removal is a family-owned and operated business local to Columbia and Lewisburg. They also service surrounding Middle Tennessee. We are licensed and insured and provide free estimates. No job is too big, no tree is too small. Give old Luke a call or text Luke at 931-359-3113. Or you can check them out on Facebook and tell A1 Tree Removal that you heard this ad on the radio. If you love America, then you will love A1 Tree Removal.
You're not just a homeowner, you're also an ice maker that didn't read the job description owner. Fortunately, you've got heating and cooling built and tested to keep going. American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, built to a higher standard.
Call Davis Heating and Cooling at 931-388-2090 for all your home comfort needs. Davis Heating and Cooling is your local independent American Standard dealer and proudly serves the Murray County area. Find Davis Heating and Cooling online and on Facebook or call today, 388-2090.
Hey, this is Seth Moss at Tennessee Valley Equipment, a premier FAE PrimeTech, Bandit, and Surex dealer. We are your dealer for all of your land clearing and forestry mulching needs. We sell equipment, provide repair service, and parts along with a rental fleet of mulching equipment. We also offer mulching teeth, blades, and sharpening. Our number one priority is getting you up and running as quickly and affordable as possible. Tennessee Valley is located at 300 Santa Fe Pike in wonderful Columbia, Tennessee. Stop by or give us a call today at 931-981-9812.
This is Debbie Matthews with the Nashville Realty Group, and if you've been paying attention, you know the housing market has been tough, but rates are beginning to thaw. So if you're thinking about selling, the time to jump in is getting better every day. But if you're thinking about buying, and those interest rates are still a little bit too high, a good agent knows how to negotiate interest rate buydowns. And I'm a good agent, so call me, Debbie Matthews with Nashville Realty Group, 615-476-3224.
This is Hal Landers, owner of Landers Insurance Agency. We are an independent agency representing the famous Erie Insurance Group. Landers Insurance Agency has been committed to providing great rates and great service since 2002. Whether it's home and auto or business or life insurance, we've got you covered. 24/7 in-house claim service, we've got that too. Visit Landers Insurance at 514 North Garden Street, Columbia. Call us at 931-380-2003. Our website is landersinsuranceagency.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
This is Trip Stoltz with Columbia Ace Hardware. I love listening to 101.7 WKOM FM, Columbia, Tennessee.
This is Coach Tredaris Goff from Columbia Central High School football. You are listening to 101.7 WKOM in Columbia, Tennessee.
We at Hollins Pharmacy must be doing something right. We've been providing pharmaceutical services in the Middle Tennessee area for over 60 years. The guiding principles of our business are fast, accurate, friendly, personal service. We do not have long waiting lines, and our phone calls are answered by a staff member. We strive to get to know our customers by name, not just a date of birth or number. We are your locally owned hometown pharmacy, and we appreciate your business. We urge you to come visit us at Hollins Pharmacy, 1608 Hatcher Lane here in Columbia.
For 40 years, the Jewelers Bench has worked hard for their customers and provided the highest quality jewelry at the best price. They keep going back. Recent renovations have allowed them to expand their inventory. More high-quality jewelry, custom vintage and estate pieces, and professional jewelry and watch repairs. They also buy gold. The Jewelers Bench, still here, still great service. 808 Trotwood Avenue, Columbia.
Hey, this is Derek Ransom with 10 Pin Alley, voted #1 family entertainment center in Murray County. We offer 32 bowling lanes, giant arcade, laser tag, bumper cars, and a full cafe and bar menu. We also specialize in group events, kids and adult birthday parties, company parties, sports team parties, and holiday parties. We're located at 322 East James Campbell Boulevard in Columbia. Call us today at 931-381-BOWL or visit us at 10pin.com. 10 Pin Alley, it's where the good times roll.
In today's uncertain world, you can never be too careful about your family's financial future. That's why the Parker Group, a part of Baird's Private Wealth Management, is offering a free second opinion on your financial plans. Let us review your current plan, and we will identify any gaps and offer suggestions to improve it. Please call the Parker Group at 931-548-3737. That's 931-548-3737. Robert W. Baird and Company Incorporated does not offer tax or legal advice.
This is Mark Curry at the Trailer Store. We are a local, family-owned business. Every day, I work with my wife, Susie, my mother, Becky, and my son, Justin. We offer a full line of lawnmower trailers, utility trailers, stock trailers, and a full line of trailer parts. We also offer service. Come see us at 1021 New Lewisburg Highway. Call us at 931-381-2795. That's 931-381-2795.
Farmer Johnny here, Taylor Family Farm. I want to give y'all a little look-see. We raise 100% non-GMO, grass-fed beef, pasture chicken, and pork on our family farm. Everything that we grow is raised with love and care to ensure the highest quality and nutrition for our family and customers. You can shop online at TaylorFamilyFarmTN.com or visit our farm store in person at Etheridge, Tennessee at 301 Dave Reisner Road. That's TaylorFamilyFarmTN.com for more information.
The generations that have paved the way for us deserve respect, integrity, and compassion. This is Kelly Dobson, owner of Caring Hearts Home Healthcare. My grandmother and mother started this business in 2005, and I was honored to take over in 2012. Licensed and insured, we help our aging community stay in the comfort of their own homes. Online at CaringHeartsHomeHealthcareLLC.com, by phone 931-381-5470, or in person at 1121 Trotwood Avenue here in Columbia. That's Caring Hearts Home Healthcare.
Hello, I'm Rick Whitley. And I'm Daniel Pollard from Jones & Lang Sporting Goods. We would like to take this opportunity to thank all of you for the many years of support. Since 1966, Jones & Lang has been locally owned and operated and supplying teams from T-ball to college. Stop by and see what we can do for you. We offer a wide variety of services from silk screening and embroidery to our custom trophy and awards department.
We're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday, 9 to noon. Remember, Jones & Lang Sporting Goods, the look of a winner.
Hello, my name is Zach Maddox. I'm a proud third-generation owner-operator of Columbia Paint and Wallcover, founded by my grandfather, Ralph Maddox, in 1946. We offer a variety of paint and wallcovering products, but our passion is customer service. We can offer many personalized services and can come out to your house or business if needed. Come visit us at our Columbia location or our new Spring Hill location behind Church of the City, or visit us online at paintcolumbia.com.
This is Coach Devin Simler from Columbia Central Baseball. You are listening to 101.7 WKOM in Columbia, Tennessee.
And welcome back. This is the Front Porch Sports Radio Hour right here on WKOM 101.7 FM on your dial. And like I said, we're live, and I've got with me the Maury County Public Schools Athletic Director, Chris Pointer. Chris, thank you for joining the show.
Absolutely. Always a pleasure to join you, Drake.
And we're glad to have you. And it's a little warm out here right now, but I think by the time game kicks off here at Battle Creek High School, Chris, it's going to be perfect football weather. Yep. Sun's going to be down over the horizon. A little breeze is starting to kick up every now and then. And we've got Mount Pleasant visiting right here at the brand new Battle Creek High School. And Battle Creek High School is making history tonight, folks. The first game of a full varsity schedule for the first time in Battle Creek's history. And that's, of course, it's a short history. I'll give you that. It's a couple of years, but it is truly a historic night. There's going to be a lot of people. I expect to see a bunch of folks from Mount Pleasant here. And excuse me, and I'm also expect to see a large contingent of Battle Creek fans here to cheer on their Grizzlies in their game one of their first ever full varsity schedule, or full schedule of varsity games. And I know Mount Pleasant would love to come in here and spoil that party for Battle Creek, but we'll see what happens. The SEC will play a 9-game conference schedule starting in 2026. The league said yesterday, a historic move it's been considering doing for years. The decision was approved by the SEC presidents and chancellors after the recommendation by the athletic directors. Adding a ninth SEC game underscores our university's commitment to delivering the most competitive football schedule in the nation, said SEC Commissioner Greg Sankey. This format protects rivalries, increases competitive balance, and paired with our requirement to play an additional power opponent, ensures SEC teams are well prepared to compete and succeed in the college football playoff. And also, you could probably tack on another $75 million from ESPN and whoever's broadcasting the SEC in the future. But I know a ninth game is probably equal to around, I would say, $70 to $80 million just for that ninth game being added on. And what university these days couldn't use an extra $80 or $90 million? I mean, everybody knows that, especially where they spend money. I mean, look at Michigan. They're going to end up spending about $35 million in penalties for stealing signs, but they got a national title out of it. You know, I mean, I don't know. That's my question. If you're Tennessee, if you're Alabama, if you're Kentucky, if you're Michigan State, if you're Michigan again, would you do it all over again? Would you sit there and have the country pointing fingers at you and saying you cheated to get to the national title? You stole signals for years and it finally paid off after a couple of years of mastering it. And you got fined $25 million. And your former coach, who has no intention of coming back to college, has been banned for 10 years now, Jim Harbaugh, who's at Los Angeles Chargers. So would you do it all again? Would you pay they're going to have to pay out about $30 million in fines to the NCAA. They're not going to take any hits on their recruitment. They're just going to have to pay out a big chunk of money, and they're going to have to live with the fact that everybody in their conference and everybody else that pays attention to college football at all is pretty much going to consider that their 2023 national title was achieved by cheating. I mean, my question, Chris, and you're back on now, but my question is, would other universities go through the same thing for a national title? I don't think they would. I think they might pay out the money. They might pay
right.
but having that asterisk or that stigmatism of, hey, you got it by cheating.
I think nobody wants to get caught. I think schools are doing a lot of different things in order to push the envelope, in order to be successful and win a national championship. Hence why you saw all of these rule changes, whether it be NIL, how players are being paid. Schools have been pushing the envelope for so long, and I guarantee behind closed doors they're all saying, well, we've been doing it anyway. We're just now making it legal. And obviously from a steal signing standpoint, that kind of goes in a whole totally different trajectory when you start talking about, sign stealing, and you start thinking about Houston Astros, and you start thinking about all of those things. Eventually, at some point, unfortunately, it becomes old news. People move on from it.
And I agree.
And people,
I see it.
And people will continue to keep pushing the envelope to try to get an edge over their opponent, because if you don't win, that's the name of the game. I mean, you are what your record says it is.
That's true.
Coaches are making millions of dollars. Players are making millions of dollars.
Don't you feel there's something to be said for winning fairly?
No, absolutely.
And not breaking the rules?
No,
and
absolutely.
Not having that asterisk next to your national title year that Michigan in 2023, and then they say, they found. Now, I don't know the ins and outs of what they're going to do with that national title, whether they're still recognized. I haven't heard anything about taking it down or anything else. But you know what? There are programs in the past. SMU, of course, has gotten the death penalty. Has gotten the death penalty for things that they are allowing to do right now. So times change, like you said, Chris. I mean, rules change. Things are much different. I mean, we see NILs now in high school.
Yeah, and I think there's going to be anytime people get pushed up against a corner. It's kind of like the movie Blue Chips, right? I mean, and, you know, they tried to play by the rules, and they try to play consistently by the rules day in and day out, and then all of a sudden he was just like, make it happen, right? And
right,
then, right. It became about desperation. I mean, he played by the rules. He played played by the rules and tried to do everything like he was supposed to, and then eventually it just got to a point where, you know, your job is on the line, and so guess what happened?
There you go. And so the SEC, each team will face every other SEC program at least once every 2 years, and every opponent home and away over 4 years. SEC teams are still required to schedule at least one additional high-quality non-conference opponent. I'm not sure. I mean, how do you determine high quality or not? If you're going to go against somebody in the ACC, I mean, you've got probably what right now you've got 2 or 3 programs in the ACC that are you know the high quality would be considered high quality.
Yeah.
And what if you schedule somebody that's not? I mean, I don't know if that hurts you. I don't understand how they're going to make that determination, but that's up to the SEC.
Do you think that the SEC is getting ready to really kind of set the stage and the tone to kind of dictate a lot more rules, especially when it comes to the way that the tournament is set up? Do you think they're positioning themselves to say, you know, you got to let in, you know, over half of our schools, over, you know what I mean? Like, do you think that's about to happen?
Well, I mean, the Big Ten had already gone to a nine conference schedule, and so the SEC been getting a little gruff, and they've been talking with ESPN. They finally got ABC, ESPN to add that to pony up the money to pay for that 9th game. And so when you're going to pay for that 9th game, $75 million, you know, that's something that I'm sure the athletic directors, Greg Sankey, commissioner, as you see, they got together and said, hey, you know what? We can't pass this up, man. That's too much money. So we're going to add a 9th game. But each team will keep 3 games that they consider rivalry games on their schedule, 3 teams. So let's take a look at Alabama. Alabama probably will keep Auburn for sure, the Iron Bowl, Tennessee, 3rd Saturday in October, and probably the 3rd one will be LSU, right? But then if you go over to and look at the University of Tennessee, you know who they'll keep. They'll keep Alabama, Vanderbilt, and probably Kentucky.
Yep.
So let's compare Alabama, Tennessee playing Alabama, Vanderbilt, and Kentucky to Alabama playing Tennessee, LSU, and Auburn every year.
Sound a little upset, Drake.
Well, it just doesn't seem very fair.
What's fair? What's fair? I mean,
well, I mean, I don't know.
That's the rise the kids will get on next week.
Well, what's fair is having to play what the SEC is calling high-quality non-conference opponents. I'm not sure that Kentucky and Vanderbilt, having to play them on your schedule every year, is considered a high-quality opponent as compared to a team playing UT, LSU, and Auburn.
But wouldn't
every
Vanderbilt,
year.
Wouldn't Vanderbilt under that little language? Wouldn't Vanderbilt be considered under like a rivalry, the rivalry game
for Tennessee?
Yeah, for Tennessee.
Excuse me, for Tennessee, yes. Yeah. And I'm just saying.
So they're going to get Vanderbilt regardless.
They're going to get Vanderbilt regardless. Now, the Kentucky thing,
yeah.
They might. Then again, they might switch over and give Tennessee Florida. You know what I mean? I mean which
should be a really good game always.
And I think that's a little bit more fair than getting Kentucky every year.
How do you think it's going to impact ticket sales? Season ticket sales. I mean,
by the way, Tennessee just sent out a
increase.
Yeah,
I'm not surprised
for 2026 to all their ticket holders. Prices.
How much of an increase?
I didn't see how much. I want to say. Clayton, did you know how much that increase was? I want to say it was 4 or 5% across the board.
Did they put that talent fee on there, or was it already on there?
They worded it somehow. You know, they put talent fee down there, which we all know what talent fee means.
Got to pay those players if you want them.
I mean, you got to pay to play. I mean, you know, look at Texas Tech this year. They're paying their football NIL payroll is over $25 million just for Texas Tech. So I think they plan on winning the Big 12.
So who's going to have the highest payroll this year? I mean, Ohio State would have $28 million.
I guess Texas Tech would probably. Texas Tech is the highest payroll this year.
Yeah.
But I'm sure once you get into schools like Alabama, Tennessee, Ohio State, Michigan, when you start adding them all up, I'm sure the teams that are in the mix, college football playoff wise, national title talk wise, Texas, Ohio State, teams like that, they're paying the big bucks for the big players.
Yeah.
And that's why they're up top.
I mean, it's the way that the world has shifted to, and you got to be able to play ball. And if the highest payroll continues year in and year out to either be in the national championship or win the national championship, these payrolls are finna go through the roof. I mean, unless they put a cap on it. But if, just like Ohio State, highest payroll, national championship, I mean, what can you do after that? I mean, you can only compete. You can only be in the game.
Absolutely. Last night at the Boston Red Sox Yankees game in Yankee Stadium, there were thousands of people lined up before the gates even opened before the game, and I was thinking, well, no wonder it's a Boston Red Sox Yankee game. No, the reason they were lined up is it was George Costanza bobblehead night, as George was asleep on the couch. The bobblehead, he was asleep on the couch. Was there an episode where he was working for Steinbrenner or the Yankees and he goes to bed?
He was sleeping under his desk in one of
them. Okay, so the bobblehead is crouched up on a sofa or under his desk, and they gave out to so many thousands of people that came in the Yankee Stadium. So that was pretty funny to see them all lining up to get the George.
I would love to one day catch a Yankees Red Sox game. I would
try to go to Fenway Park if you get. Fenway Park is.
I would love
Fenway Park and Wrigley Field in Chicago, where the Cubs play, are the two standing historic monuments, U.S. historic monuments as far as baseball fields go.
So I will be at a Cubs game probably sometime next year, but I went to a Yankees game last year, so it was amazing.
And was that in Yankee Stadium?
It was in Yankee Stadium. Yep.
Yeah, there's a lot of history there, man. A lot of history.
Last summer I went to a Yankees game.
Lamar Jackson for the Baltimore Ravens did not practice yesterday after his foot was stepped on in practice. Everybody, all the Ravens fans, players, coaches, everybody held their collective breaths as he went under the X-ray machine to check out his foot. But his foot is fine. Coach John Harbaugh, brother to Jim, who we were just talking about, said that it was a big relief, a big exhale to see Lamar come out okay. He said, I told the guys that prayers do get answered. And he said, and because I was praying at the time that he went in, because, I mean, the Ravens lose Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty much over, right? I mean, is he that big of a player for the Ravens? That's one piece you cannot lose.
You can't. I mean, it's a playmaker. You can't lose a guy like Lamar Jackson. Now, do I think that they figure out a way to get it done? Absolutely, but you can't lose a Lamar Jackson and have the expectation that you're still going to go deep in the playoffs or compete or make a run for a Super
Can you
Bowl.
lose a Mahomes? Can you lose Josh Allen and still be the team that you were with him? I would say no. That's obvious. No,
Absolutely.
you cannot
No,
be.
You can't.
So, all right, Chris, let's talk about tonight. Let's talk about Battle Creek. Let's talk about some other matchups here in Columbia or in across Murray County. Columbia Central High School is taking on Dixon. And, these two schools have played how many times? 109 or something like what?
47.
Oh, I'm sorry. How many?
47.
Oh, well, I was thinking twice that many. 47. 40. This heat's gotten to my head. The 47th time. And as we talked to Coach Darius Goff yesterday, he's ready. He's up for the challenge.
Yeah, I actually seen him today. I did stop by Central for something today. I seen him. Asked him, was he ready? He said he was. Talked to Joshua Taylor, and they're ready. I mean, obviously playing against Summit, and obviously today, Kit, and then obviously talking to Coach Burham. I mean, they're all they're all dialed up, taped up, ready to go. You know, the first game of the year, I mean, your nerves are there, you're hyped up, and everybody's winning the state championship today.
Yeah. And,
everybody's winning the state championship today. But when you get hit in the mouth, that'll tell you whether or not you're going to actually go to a state championship.
There you go. And the Murray County Public School Game Day show starts at 5 o'clock directly after this show. Yeah, okay. I got you. We're getting some heat from some UT folks around here about Alabama and Vanderbilt being – No. That won't happen. They will not make Vanderbilt a yearly opponent of Alabama. It will be LSU and UT. It could be Mississippi State. You're right. Yeah. So, it's going to be interesting. They'll get it worked out, And but I'm sure they'll figure out somewhat. They always take care of the Vols up in the SEC office, so they'll take care of the Vols one way or the other. I heard they were thinking about bringing in Jacksonville State. They don't want to bring it. They don't want to bring in it, as we've got an alumnus from Jacksonville State here, Chris. Yeah, but that's. Yeah, I understand. They don't want all those problems, do they? Last night in preseason football, the Giants and Jackson Dart have a heart for Jackson Dart. That kid's balling up there in New York, in the Big Apple.
They were eating W's in New York.
42-10 over the New England. Of course, it's preseason. You don't know. I mean, it's preseason. No big deal. But still, Dart is looking good. I don't think he's going to beat out Russell Wilson for the starting job anytime soon. But he said, "Hey, look, when my number's calling, it's my time.
I'm ready to go.
I'm going to step in and ball." That's what he said. And you know what? Coach Stacy's up here with us on the Front Porch Sports Radio hour right now, and that's what you want to hear from your quarterback. You want that position to be a little cocky, to be the man. Look, I'm the best at what I do, and when it's time for me to play, I'm going to play. So that's what it is. The other game last night, Pittsburgh was beat Carolina 19-10. Aaron Rodgers has not played a snap of preseason. And I don't guess he has to, does he, Chris?
I think he needs to. That's just my personal opinion.
Needing and having to, though, are two right. I mean, they're two different things.
I think just to get the continuity with the team and the flow with the team, I think it's important for him to play. And I think it's also important to quiet all the naysayers. And, I mean, you get out there in preseason and you're struggling and you got a challenge because when the first game of the season, it's going to be real. I mean, you ain't talking about this is for pretend anymore.
No.
Somebody's going to be trying to rip his helmet off.
The coaches aren't playing second and third and fourth stringers and free agents trying to figure out whether they're going to make the team or not when regular season gets around. It's for keeps. So
everybody's trying to establish at this point. So I would have liked to have seen him played, but I guess we'll have to wait till the first game of the season and we'll see how they get into a rhythm at that point.
There are 4 NFL preseason games slated for tonight, and the Tennessee Titans are one of them. Coach Stacy, if they cranked your mic up right there? They have. Well, no, we got his button there. But the Tennessee Titans are hosting the Minnesota Vikings. And I guess we'll see a little bit of J.J. McCarthy out there. I don't see why we shouldn't.
I think we will.
Ones against ones, halfway through, maybe get a first quarter under their belt. Third preseason game, being that they don't have 4 anymore. But I do believe that the Vikings and the coaching staff would like to get J.J. McCarthy. He went down last year with an injury. This year, I think they want to get him as many reps as they can without exposing him to too much of an injury problem, or maybe getting injured. So,
and from that standpoint, experience standpoint, he's a rookie for all intents and purposes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Having not played last year.
Absolutely.
And, pretty highly drafted. So,
but the word on the street is he's the man. Now he looks good.
They say he is,
and is the man. So the Titans are 4.5-point favorites for anybody that chooses to wager on that type of stuff, and 37 total. And that game kicks off at 7 o'clock on CBS. So you can catch it right here on local television. And
I think the Titans will be looking for Cam Ward to have a better outing, because he did not have as good a game in preseason game 2.
I agree. He was a victim of a couple of pass or two that were dropped that would have been big gains. But I agree. I think I think what they'd like to see is probably, to go out there and throw 12, 14 passes and maybe complete 65, 70% of them and move the ball down the field and be in command of the offense. I mean, that's obviously what you want out of your quarterback, especially your rookie quarterback, the number 1 overall pick in Cam Ward. So, but Front Porch Sports Radio Hour, this wouldn't be Free Money Friday if I didn't talk to my Magic 8 Ball and give you guys some picks over the weekend and tonight. College football tomorrow, the Magic 8 Ball says take Kansas State, stay in the state of Kansas and take Kansas, and then take the Rainbow Warriors of Hawaii. So that's Kansas State, Kansas, and Hawaii tomorrow as college football kicks off week 0. Tonight, take the Yankees against Boston on the money line. Take over 4.5 runs when you're betting on the Yankees for the entire game. Take over 3.5 runs in Atlanta, just for Atlanta to score over 3.5 runs tonight. Also take the Braves plus 1.5. The Braves are playing great. Now that they're pretty much out of the picture of the playoffs, they've won like their 10 out of the last 12.
And I really need the Reds to win that one tonight. I'm a Reds
Okay.
fan.
All right.
We are a half game back now of the Mets. So
Okay.
go Reds.
Okay, there you go. Washington Nationals, you want them plus 0.5 run in the first 5 innings. The Texas Rangers minus 0.5 run in the first 5 innings. San Diego Padres plus 1.5 and under 4.5 in the LA Dodgers San Diego game in the first 5 innings. And so that'll hopefully, if you just play those and make a little money, have a little fun, and always gambling's like drinking. Do both responsibly. I'm just, that's just some good solid advice. I normally don't have much good advice. I normally don't follow much of my advice, but those are 2 things that do responsibly.
Well, and speaking of drinking, I'd love to have a bottle of water.
How about that? Because
right on time.
I brought my own little thing right here,
Yeah, well,
and it's just water.
It's 92 degrees when I got out of the car.
Yeah, it was a little hotter than that about an hour ago. Yeah. All right, we're getting ready to pick up and move over to the Murray County Public School game day show. Right, we're going to at 5:15. We're going to pick up the broadcast from that. We are fieldside, Battle Creek High School, Spring Hill, Tennessee, as they are getting ready to host their first ever Keith Stacy varsity football game.
Yeah, this is history.
I mean, now they played a junior varsity schedule last year because they just had 9th and 10th graders. Now those kids have moved up into the 11th grade. Even though they don't have seniors, they're moving up a class. And here they go, the first ever in the history of Battle Creek High School, their first ever varsity football game.
Yeah, right out of the box in 4A football.
And they've got a hornet. They got a team tonight in Mount Pleasant Tigers.
They do.
Coach Hartsfull and his bunch, they're coming here to crash the party.
I think this is one of those games where all the pressure is on Mount Pleasant. Mount Pleasant being an established program, obviously, and with a good football history.
Yeah.
Playing this Battle Creek program that's just getting their first varsity season started tonight. The pressure's on Mount Pleasant. I think if you're a coach, you're looking at it like that, and you don't want to come. Now, Chris and I talked this afternoon. You got a 4A team in Battle Creek. You got a 2A team in Mount Pleasant. And normally when we look at, classifications, you oftentimes give the advantage to the bigger school, but I don't think that applies here.
Okay.
Having, not ever played a varsity game prior to tonight, I don't think this is your
So you're looking for a pretty close contest.
I'm looking for a great effort from Battle Creek. We'll get into score predictions later. But,
I can understand that.
I think pressure-wise, like you're coming up here as a visiting Mount Pleasant team in county. You don't want to come up here and be the first win for Battle Creek High School.
Absolutely not. And we want to remind our people listening to the Front Porch Sports Radio Hour that on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, you name it, go online. If you can't make it out to these fields across Murray County tonight, Summit is at Spring Hill, Dixon County is at Central, Zion Academy has gone down to Hohenwald, and Columbia Academy is taking on
Fayetteville City.
And we will be streaming all the Murray County Public Schools live, so you can stay at home, throw it up, cast it up on your TV set if you have one of those smart TVs, and enjoy the ball game. Or even better yet, come on out here to Battle Creek. You will not believe the facilities out here at Battle Creek High School. They're brand new and beautiful. And I tell you what, there's going to be a big crowd out here tonight cheering on the Battle Creek Grizzlies. And Mount Pleasant's going to bring a bunch of people down this way, too.
Did we get a count on last week's attendance?
I don't know how many went through the gate. Do you have any idea, Chris?
I had to talk to Spring Hill about it.
Last week was 3 Murray County high schools and 3 other high schools that came in and played in a jamboree at Spring Hill, but it was jammed up last week. And we expect
up on that day like that with having everybody around the county show up. You gonna open up and put on a show. That's what you're supposed to do.
That's right. And it's a beautiful, beautiful facilities, just like here at Battle Creek. Beautiful facilities at Spring Hill High School. And they are hosting Summit tonight, and it's going to be a tough game. Those Summit kids are good.
Yeah. But I was still coaching when Summit started their program, and they were in the region that I coached in, and they took their lumps. But Summit's won a state championship recently.
Yeah. Oh, they're good.
And I think played deep into the playoffs.
I mean, I don't know what's what's going on in Williamson County, but between Page and Summit. I mean, those two schools being as close together as they are, but they still have just dominant programs.
And Page has got Giles County tonight.
Yeah. Okay. All right, this has been the Front Porch Sports Radio Hour. I am Drake, and for all the guys here with the Murray County Public Schools, Clayton the Claw, we're going to switch this over to the Game Day Show. Thank you for being with us, and we will talk to you in just a few minutes.
Hello, this is
Columbia.
Collie, Chris Yao, running the show here, the Game Day Show, sponsored by Murray County Public Schools and Columbia Power and Water is powered by Columbia Power and Water Systems.
That's correct. We are Murray County Public Schools Game Day Show, and it is a beautiful, beautiful afternoon moving into evening here at Battle Creek High School. I am, of course, Chris Yao, joined by the legendary
I don't know about
Drake
legendary.
Collie.
Infamous, maybe, but not, there's a difference. So
we'll just pretend. We'll just pretend for today. As we are getting ready for the inaugural historic first varsity football game here at Battle Creek. We are looking forward to it and looking forward to talking to, about, and all of the things surrounding Battle Creek and Murray County Public Schools.
And we might as well tell what dignitaries we have from the downtown office.
It is
from the Murray County
indeed.
Public Schools downtown office. On my right side over here, Mr. Eric Perryman.
Hello, sir.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm great. How are you?
Now, is your official title the Assistant Principal of Operations?
Principal?
Did I get that right? I mean,
Assistant Superintendent.
Assistant Superintendent, excuse me.
You got it.
Of Operations for
Yes,
Murray
sir.
County Public Schools.
Yes, sir.
And then we've got Athletic Director Chris Pointer with us.
Good afternoon.
And then right here, I've got my good friend Coach Keith Stacy, and he is the Assistant Superintendent of Operations. Instructions. Okay, I'm getting there. I'm figuring you guys out. It's only been 3 or 4 years now. And then, last but not least, we always save the best for last here on the Murray County Public Schools Game Day Show. The big kahuna herself, Superintendent Lisa Ventura. Hello, Lisa. How are you?
No mic.
Oh, we can hear you. We can hear you.
We can hear you, but
you can hear me?
you
I
can't hear us.
Say hello to the nice folks out there.
Hello, and welcome to Battle Creek High School.
And let's I see this kind of this. Of course, the sun is still going down, and we've got a little time before it sets. But I see this glow about you. I see this kind of this aura around you. You seem you're kind of excited about what's going on here at Battle Creek tonight.
Hey, tonight is groundbreaking.
And you mean, and literally, because we were breaking ground, Eric Perriman, you were literally breaking ground. How long ago was it that the first shovel went in for Battle Creek High School?
November of 23.
November of 23. So it'll be
almost 2 years.
That's only 2 years.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
It's been a minute.
for all of this. What I'm looking at, 2 years is
51 acres, 308,000 square feet of buildings. But 51 acres we turned over right here.
And it's absolutely beautiful.
And when we were here last year, when we kicked off the year last year here, they were paving the parking lot around us, remember?
You could hear it sizzling.
Absolutely, yes. We could. I could feel the heat from the hot asphalt coming up
smoking
from the backside. Now, and like Superintendent Ventura said, one reason to be really excited tonight here at Battle Creek is that this is officially Battle Creek's first football game with a full varsity schedule. So this makes them their inaugural varsity football game against the Mount Pleasant Tigers.
Yes, sir.
And we will have the broadcast beginning at 7 o'clock right here on 101.7. We also will be streaming the game live through video. You can find that on the Front Porch Sports Radio Network. You can find it on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, anything I'm leaving out there, Chris. I'm sure it's easy to find. You could just Google WKOM.com and it'll send you to the right page and click on it. We're going to also be streaming other Murray County Public School games, as not only here, Battle Creek and Mount Pleasant, but Summit is at Spring Hill High School tonight. Dixon County visits Columbia Central High. It's at Lindsey Nelson Stadium on Jim Cartwright Field for the 47th time, is that correct?
48th time.
48th time. Wow.
That's pretty awesome.
Yes.
That's terrific. Fayetteville City is at Columbia Academy, and Zion Academy, who's just getting back into 11-on-11 football under the TSSAA umbrella, will be traveling to Lewis County tonight. Yeah. And that's going to be a task for Zion.
It'll be a long night for the Eagles.
The Lord works in mysterious ways, as I've been told. So now, Lisa, you said you had to leave here and go. When are you leaving us? You talk about going over to Spring Hill. I know that Battle Creek and Spring Hill are both playing at home, so
absolutely,
they're not too far from each other.
That's what I was going to say. All my teams are all home tonight, and Spring Hill High School is doing a special dedication of their turf field.
To you? Are they naming it the Lisa Ventura?
I think you got to be
dead. So what she's saying is we need a chopper. Get the chopper.
That's right. I'm looking at Perryman. They've got to come out of his budget.
Rudy Kalis is going to pick her up in a minute.
Drop her right off on the 50.
Now that would be cool. You know what I mean? You talk about feeling important. Running out there, jumping in the chopper, and taking off, and then landing in front of. That would be awesome.
I think that would be great. And like I said, I'm looking at Eric Perryman because I think that should come out of his budget.
But you're going to be on the way over there at some point.
Correct. I'm going to zip over there. I'm going to say hello. That's a huge rivalry, as you know, between Summit and Spring Hill High School.
Yeah,
so,
the Battle of Spring Hill, or
the Mayoral Cup.
Yeah,
the Battle of Spring Hill.
Yeah,
that's correct.
Yeah. And for all of our Confederate reenactors around these parts, the Battle of Spring Hill, there's something to that, right?
Yes, there is.
There's a long history. So, but tonight, the battle is going to be, as far as we're concerned, and the Game Day show is going to take place right here on this beautiful Shaw Sports Turf Field. And this is the second year that this school has been in existence. Right? So
correct.
Last year, folks, they had 9th and 10th graders playing on their football team, all their teams.
Yes.
So they were basically did not, other high schools, of course, have older juniors and seniors, but because of the way the school cranked up, and it's just the way schools are done nowadays, isn't it? They just start out with the 2 lower classes.
Absolutely.
And why? And why? Why do that?
Well, there's a couple reasons for that, but because of what this represents, what athletics and what having an alma mater means to people, moving seniors who had spent 3 years at Spring Hill High School,
absolutely,
and juniors who had spent already 2 years there, it just didn't seem right. It didn't feel good.
Thank you for explaining that, because I had no idea.
Exactly, to keep their traditions alive, to keep them in the building mode of teams and athletics and academics. We felt it was just better for kids all around to start with 9th and 10th and grow it naturally.
Okay, so tonight, being that it's the second year of Battle Creek High School football, they now have a junior class, so they're moving up and playing a full varsity schedule. And the first team on the slate is no easy task, as we know, covering Mount Pleasant football. Head coach Kit Hartsfield and his coaching staff, they are always ready to play, always give 100%, and a tough football team. Wouldn't you agree with that, Keith Stacy?
I would, and as I said earlier before we switched over to this broadcast, they're going to come in here with, I won't say they have a tall task, but there is some pressure. They certainly don't want to come in here as a in-county team. I wouldn't say rivalry yet, but they don't want to come in here as an in-county team and end up being the first win for Battle Creek. I don't think that's something they want to have to live down.
Absolutely. I know they're not having any of that, so they're going to come in here prepared, ready to go, and like I said, give 110%. That's what Coach Hartsfield expects out of his players. But I'll tell you another coach that's pretty darn serious and had his game face on yesterday at the Rotary Media Days when we had the local coaches up there is Coach Justin Burham for Battle Creek. Eric Perriman, I know you've talked to him, and you get around him, and he's kind of a jolly guy and fun guy to be around. But when you start talking about football, I mean, he kind of gets quiet, and everything kind of quiets down a little bit, and he gets serious.
He knows what he wants. And they did a really good job last year in their JV year of building some traditions, both with their fan base and with their players. I mean, they started the year last year, think about this, with 400 kids in their building, and they had almost 60 players on the football team. And so, I mean, they built this strong. They've worked hard. They put in their time in the weight room and out here. I've seen them working all summer, and he's serious about this. And to go back to what Keith said, the motivations are completely different here. Battle Creek wants to set the stage and win that first game, and Mount Pleasant they got their eyes on the playoffs.
And they don't want to be the first victim.
They don't. They don't.
You know, that's one thing Mount Pleasant doesn't want to be. Now, Coach Burham, I asked him yesterday. I said, Coach, how many do you have come out for football this year? He said over 70 players.
Yeah.
Over 70 players coming out to get out in this summer heat nowadays and work their tails off for him. So what does that tell you about what they think about Coach Justin Burham?
And they're sitting at about 700 this year. So think about that. 1 out of every 10 kids in the building. Every kid, 1 out of every 10 is playing football.
That's right.
That's an amazing number right there.
And you know, we talked about in the past, we talked about the $28 million investment made by Murray County Public School Systems across Murray County in all sports, football fields, softball fields, baseball fields, you name it, basketball gyms. But you guys understand, and Lisa backed me up, and Keith and Eric, you guys understood and saw that how important high school athletics are to a student body, a community as a whole.
That's right. The culture and the of our community is just embedded in our athletics.
Okay.
And student athletes are typically better students. They have something to win. They have something to gain in the classroom. It gives them an impetus to do well in behavior and attendance and grades. To then be able to represent your high school is huge. And fostering that was something that was just so important to us.
And I think working or playing back in my days for middle school and high school teams, it gives the players a sense of pride to put that school jersey on and represent that school. And believe it or not, we were told, and I still believe it's a privilege to be picked, be on the team, basketball, football, golf, tennis, whatever the deal is, and represent your team, and you should act accordingly. And like you said, that's probably why you have less behavioral problems, you have better grades, and then overall, when a program starts to win and starts to do well, it's kind of contagious, isn't it, Keith Stacy, throughout the high school. I mean, everybody kind of gets in on the game. And Santa Fe High School is a prime example with their basketball program the last few years.
Yeah, and I was thinking as you guys were talking about the culture and the climate and building a program from scratch, I think from an athletic experience that the high school experience is probably the most pure experience that players have. It's always good when our kids can go off to college and play, and for a very, very small percent of them who may even get to play professionally, I don't think any of those experiences are greater than what their experiences are for the 4 years that they get to put on that jersey and represent that school and walk the halls and have the respect of their classmates, their teachers, and hopefully their opponents
and the community.
The community, and it's a special time in the life of a young person who chooses to play sports. There are other extracurriculars, obviously, that other students choose to participate in, but should I dare say that if you do it right, you may not ever match that experience for the rest of your life.
That's true. Right. And I believe, you know, even guys that go into college careers, you know, great college careers, and then not a lot of them do. Let's just be honest. Right. But even the ones, I guarantee you, if you sat down those players that went on to college, went on to the pros or whatever deal, and you probably talked to them about some of the greatest, most special moments in their athletic careers, and whether it's a swimming or whatever sport it is that they excelled in, I guarantee you one of their top 3 stories would probably be about their high school experience and remembering the memories of a high school game or a match they played in or something.
Or a coach
that takes them back to their high school days. And that is just testament in itself of how important and how long high school athletics stays with people. And we still talk about, we had Tredarius Goff on the stage yesterday, and we talked about the 2010 state championship team, where he was voted offensive player of the game and defensive player of the game, which I don't ever know. I'm not sure if that's ever happened before, but it happened that game. And still to this day, even this is 15 years later, the town of Columbia, the county of Murray, still talks about and remembers that 2010 run and how special it was, and how the Lions went up there and took care of business and brought home the trophy, and it was really, really special, and it's something that people remember the rest of their lives.
And if you take away the year 2010 and just told someone, we've got a guy who won offensive and defensive player of the game in a state championship, most people would probably say, was that in the 20s, 30s?
When was that exactly?
40s?
Yeah, not in the modern era as we speak. Now, Eric Perryman, you're the hands-on project guy around here, and you can tell Spring Hill looks fantastic.
Did you like it?
We missed you there. You weren't.
I watched you.
Okay, all right. Yeah. We appreciate that. But I'm telling you, the Spring Hill campus, folks, just looks. Battle Creek is all brand new and shiny. This is the crown jewel because it's brand new of the Murray County. But Spring Hill, they got some love from Murray County Public Schools. They've got a brand. The football field is. They've changed the press box to the proper side of the field.
Right.
They've got new stands up. You've got a brand new turf out there, and it sits right next to a beautiful softball field and a baseball field. And now I know you might have gotten a little heat, and you all worked hard this summer to get all that done. But it got done.
We've talked about this in the past. My two kids went to Spring Hill. I spent a lot of time up there on the football field and the baseball field. And as we traveled with that group, seeing what we had at Spring Hill, and then we went to Brentwood, and we went to Ravenwood, and we went to these other places, the question always came back is, why don't our kids have what these other kids have? And, we wanted to set that tone. We want people to drive up and see it and know that we value our kids, we value their experiences, and we're going to make sure that we're doing things right. And I'll do this real quick. I know we're up against the break, but when I was principal at E.A. Cox, we played football at Spring Hill High School. I got a call this week from a former football coach that's no longer in our county, and he said, hey, somebody told me to go on Front Porch website on Facebook and look at that stadium. He said, I watched the stadium. He said, my wife and I drove up there the other night. Took us an hour. I just wanted to see it because it looked so good on TV.
And it does.
And he called just to say, y'all did this right. And I'm proud for that community that they have what they have. So that's our goal is not just to spend money on things that people say are pretty. We want to be safe. We want to be functional. But we want our communities to know that we value them, that we value their children, and that we're putting an emphasis on that.
I tell you, anybody that lives in Murray County sends their children to Murray County Public Schools should be proud of the hard work that people like you guys with us tonight do up here on the stage. We're going to take a quick break. This is This is the Murray County Public Schools Game Day show powered by Columbia Power and Water Systems internet service, right? Okay. And it's great because I've got it at my house. We'll be right back.
At CSH, we know the sport of football builds discipline, character, and work ethic. Three common characteristics of winners. It's a sport where we drowns out me. Leadership is nurtured, and that's why CSH supports all Murray County football teams. And want to say a special thanks and good luck to every player, coach, volunteer, and parent of this year's teams from youth programs, middle schools, and high schools. We know football builds men that make a difference. Let's go.
We all live very busy lives. Sometimes we just need a break. Wouldn't it be nice to have an extra pair of hands to help out? Let me introduce you to New Dawn Cleaning Service. No job is too big or too small because they do it all. From residential to commercial, they offer standard cleaning, construction cleaning, carpet shampooing, and window cleaning. Whether you are looking for a one-time service or regular scheduled cleaning plan, New Dawn is ready to help. With years of experience, you can relax, kick back, and call New Dawn Cleaning Service at 615-977-6901.
This is David Russell from Russell Automotive, located in Columbia, Tennessee. We service all foreign and domestic vehicles. We take pride in our work, and we don't cut corners. We offer a 5-year, 50,000-mile warranty and loan our cars with almost every repair. We are located at 1201 South High Street, Columbia, Tennessee. You can reach us at 931-215-1765 or find more information at russelltons.com.
Hello, this is Rick Tillis from Tillis Jewelry. What is a full-service jeweler? Experienced staff, custom designers, in-house jewelry repairs, and beautiful jewelry. Yes, at Tillis Jewelry, we are passionate, knowledgeable, and committed to integrity. We strive to be the best in our community and in our profession. We build long-term relationships and become part of family traditions that will cross generations. We delight clients by providing an unparalleled selection, superior service, and exceptional value. Tillis Jewelry, we exceed your expectations.
Welcome back here to Battle Creek High School, where tonight the Grizzlies will take on Mount Pleasant in the inaugural varsity football game here at the school. It is a beautiful afternoon turning into evening here. I'm Chris Yao, Drake Colley alongside on the Murray County Public Schools Game Day Show on Front Porch Sports Network, powered by CPWS Internet. Are you tired of buffering and slow internet speeds? Well, you can upgrade your life with CPWS Internet. Get lightning fast internet with speeds up to an incredible 1 gig. Stream, game, work seamlessly, all for just $70 a month. If you're looking for local service and local support, visit cpws.com or call 931-375-7777. Tell them your friends at the Front Porch Sports Network sent you. Drake, we've got some special guests. Tell us about them.
Tonight, we've got, I tell you what, right here at the Game Day Show, we've been doing this. How many years, Chris Pointer, have we been doing this?
I feel like this is year 3 or 4.
I think it's 3, but it could be 4.
It could be year number 4, but I tell you what, tonight, and I'm not just blowing smoke here. Tonight is a special night. We are live right here at Battle Creek High School, brand new 2-year-old, second-year program. It's going to start playing a varsity schedule for their first time, so it's a historic game tonight, playing their very first varsity game. Head coach Justin Burham, thank you for being here. You brought 2 of your players with us. Coach, I'm going to start with you. What is the message that you'll send to your players tonight before you come out on this field? What's the overall message?
Well, for the year, we do an accountability thing for what we do as a team. And we do an individual goal, and we do a goal that'll help someone else, and then we do a goal as a team. And our goal as a team is all the same, and it's show growth in everything that we do. So at the end of the day, if we grow, we did what we achieved to do. But we all know football's about winning and losing. So in order to grow, we got to have some wins.
Absolutely. Now, Coach, you brought number 13, Stanley Williams Jr. He's a wide receiver and also plays safety. And number 2, Jackson Wells, who's a wide receiver and plays linebacker also. Now, fellas, tonight's a big night. Would you agree with? Would you agree?
Sir.
I mean,
of course,
it's one of many on the schedule. But you can't be undefeated unless you win the first one, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mount Pleasant and Coach Hartsfield, they're going to come in here and they're going to be looking to kind of. They don't want to be the first victim, but you all obviously want them to be. Stanley, tell me about starting school here at Battle Creek, playing a junior varsity schedule this year. When you guys, both of you all were playing last year, or were you playing last year? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And Mr. Wells, I remember watching you last year. Now, tell the folks about being having a junior varsity schedule, and then this year kind of moving up in class. How important is that? I mean, it's a little different, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
From going junior varsity schedule because you just had 9th and 10th freshmen and sophomores. Now you've got a junior class, and you move up in the varsity. So it's a little bit different. I mean, it's still football. You still give it 100%. But now, does it feel? How does it feel? How does it feel different to you?
I mean, it's intense, but we Battle Creek, so we can handle anything come our way.
You the Grizzlies.
Yes, sir.
The Grizzlies are pretty mean animals.
Yes,
Apex mentality, right?
I mean,
what it is.
They got their big claws and they come across you, and you're probably in some bad trouble if a grizzly gets a hold of you. You know what I mean? Now I don't know who I put my money on, but tigers are pretty tough too. I'm gonna be honest with you. If a tiger and a grizzly get hold of each other, I don't know who I'm gonna put my money on. But
we'll see.
There you go. So tell me about if both of you are wide receivers. Talk a little bit about your quarterback.
We got 2 quarterbacks. We got Brody Orton and Colton Barber, but both of them are good. They've been battling all year, but.
And so if either one of them is in the game, you're both confident he can get the ball to you at any time?
Connection there.
With both of them.
Both of them.
I know both of you play a little bit of defense, and I always tell the players that come up here on the game day show, I said, I understand. Which do you like better, hitting people or catching touchdowns?
Catching touchdowns.
Okay, what about you?
It's going to be hitting people with me. I'm sorry, Coach.
I understand. Coach doesn't mind that, but I'm going to tell you, like I tell all the other players, you know what the girls like. They like scoring the touchdowns.
I like hitting people. It's different.
Okay, we'll take that.
So let me ask you a question, fellas. Obviously, as Drake Colley mentioned, going from a JV schedule to a varsity schedule, has your coach changed his approach, or your coaching staff changed their approach to how you approach every day, going from a JV schedule to a varsity schedule?
I mean, it's definitely been way more intense, but we still got pretty much the same mindset since day one. I mean, work our butts off and just trying to win at the end of the day. So,
Coach, talk about the Titan, the little hat. What that I see several of them got on. Is that just an undershirt, or is that?
So for us, it's more a sports performance thing. We got several kids that wear them. I think we got like 20 vests or 20 trackers. And what it does is it kind of helps us manage our workload. During the summer, we're pretty heavy, we're pretty strenuous, and so during the week we want to manage and make sure we maximize everything. It kind of tells us how many miles we travel per day in practice. It also tells us our top speed, how fast we travel. Like we had a couple kids hit 20 miles an hour. Stanley's hit 20. Chris Lemming hit 20. Our freshman Gage Pitt, he's hit almost 21 miles an hour, a little over 21. We have several kids hit over 19 miles an hour. So it kind of just allows us to gauge us and see what type of speed, and colleges love to be able to say, give me the video. Because with those, it comes with a GPS tracker. So after the game, we'll upload it all to our software. But then it has an overlay of our field. So it'll show you where you ran it, at what time, and what you were doing. So you can't fake the data. If you're cut it on while you're on the bus to get 20 miles an hour, it's going to show your tracker going down the middle of the road because it's GPS certified.
Right.
So in order for kids to see how they perform and what they see, colleges want to see that. So you get a kid the ball in space and he hits the corner and he gets lost. And you're like, man, I don't know how fast that kid, and you pull up that tracker and the kid hits 21, 22, 23 miles an hour. You're like, okay, that kid can roll.
Yeah, did you have anything?
It's really interesting how you guys have kind of started this whole thing. There is a sense of pride in that, and a sense of being the first to do everything here. When when you're your age, trust me, you don't realize it, but when you get to our age, and as Drake said earlier, you look back and you think about these types of moments
and how wonderful they are.
How do you balance the magnitude of this moment and keep your wits about you and still have to play the football game tonight in the moment?
Try not to think too much about the magnitude and just play ball. You know what I mean?
And that's one thing about it. But the problem, and that's what I'm saying. I'm saying you have to think about the magnitude, and I want you to think about the magnitude and understand what you're actually doing here tonight.
It's a big deal.
What does that mean to you right now?
So one example we talk about, right? When we talk about our plays, what do I tell y'all? How long plays last? What?
The clock says 0.
To the clock hits 0.
Yes,
and our
sir.
mentality is from snap to snap. Do we hang on a good play or a bad play? How long we think about it? What I tell you? How long?
Refresh memory.
Refresh.
Memory. Right to the next. So for
Keep
us, it's
moving
kind of
fo-
just
keep
how
mo-
we train
Keep
them.
moving forward.
That's
Yes,
it. Like we enjoy it. A good play, bad play. You live it for 3 seconds, and we on to the next. Especially kind of how we practice and we move. Like you want to enjoy it, you want to soak it all in, but also you can't let it hang on you. There's ups, there's downs, and we know it's going to be a wave. It's just how long can you stay that flat line and not get too high or too low and play the next play. And when it's all said and done, the fourth quarter, you look back on it and you enjoy it while it's out there. You soak it all in when you come out. You soak it all in when you leave. But in between that, you hate to say it, but your balls to the wall.
Okay, we're up against another break, fellas. Thank you for being with us, Coach Burham. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach, man.
Best of luck tonight. Best of luck to carry on that winning culture. And good luck against the Mount Pleasant Tigers. Okay?
Yes, sir.
This is the Murray
Grizzlies.
County Public School Systems Game Day. Fieldside Battle Creek, Mount Pleasant tonight. Kickoff at 7. We're going to take a quick break. Be right back.
We at Hollins Pharmacy must be doing something right. We've been providing pharmaceutical services in the Middle Tennessee area for over 60 years. The guiding principles of our business are fast, accurate, friendly, personal service. We do not have long waiting lines and our phone calls are answered by a staff member. We strive to get to know our customers by name, not just a date of birth or number. We are your locally owned hometown pharmacy and we appreciate your business. We urge you to come visit us at Hollins Pharmacy, 1608 Hatcher Lane here in Columbia.
Columbia Foodland is a locally owned and operated family grocery store with a full line of dry, dairy, frozen, meat, and produce items. We focus on keeping the freshest hand-cut meat and produce items daily with the most competitive prices in town. We offer weekly ad specials as well as in-store weekly specials throughout the store. Located at 427 West 7th Street in Columbia in the former Harris Foodland location. Columbia Foodland. We are here and ready to serve the wonderful people of Columbia and the surrounding areas. Columbia Foodland is a locally owned and operated family grocery store with a full line of dry, dairy, frozen, meat, and produce items. We focus on keeping the freshest hand-cut meat and produce items daily with the most competitive prices in town. We offer weekly ad specials as well as in-store weekly specials throughout the store. Located at 427 West 7th Street in Columbia in the former Harris Foodland location. Columbia Foodland. We are here and ready to serve the wonderful people of Columbia and the surrounding areas.
This is Hal Landers, owner of Landers Insurance Agency. We are an independent agency representing the famous Erie Insurance Group. Landers Insurance Agency has been committed to providing great rates and great service since 2002. Whether it's home and auto or business or life insurance, we've got you covered. 24/7 in-house claim service, we've got that too. Visit Landers Insurance at 514 North Garden Street, Columbia. Call us at 931-380-2003. Our website is landersinsuranceagency.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
I'm Justin George.
I'm Corey Muehlbauer.
Together, we are Columbia Motor Company.
Columbia Motor Company offers quality pre-owned vehicles at an affordable price along with many financing options to keep you in your budget.
We are veteran and locally owned. We are located just off of Carmack Boulevard in downtown Columbia. You can also follow us on Facebook and Instagram or visit our website at columbiamotorcompany.com.
If you want a different and enjoyable car buying experience, please give us the opportunity here at Columbia Motor Company.
Mezcal Cochina Mexicana. Delicious food and amazing service at an affordable price. Mezcal Cochina Mexicana. Located off of Nashville Highway in Neapolis, near Spring Hill High School. 2504 Care Lane. Authentic Mexican cuisine. Full menu. Family dine-in. Takeout. Delivery. Offering the best cocktails in the area. On the rocks or frozen, pair your meal with our famous margarita. Don't forget, Mezcal Cochina Mexicana for your next meal. Check us out on Facebook. Visit Mezcal Cochina Mexicana today. Proud supporters of the Front Porch Sports Network.
Tennessee. I'm Chris Yao, Drake Colley, and the gang from Murray County Public Schools back with us. Keith Stacy, Jonathan. What's up, JB?
What's up, man? Glad to be here. Yeah, you're right. It's football time in Murray County, man.
And the big kahuna, the superintendent of Murray County Public Schools, Lisa Ventura. She's got to go.
Great to be here.
The chopper's coming in here in just a few minutes to pick her up and whisk her away over
let's start that rumor.
It's about 10 minutes out. We just made the call.
That thing coming in, she's getting ready to lead the show. Elvis is about to lead the building.
That's right.
So
let's talk a little football. It is football time, and I'm excited because we have obviously brand new regions, brand new schedules for everybody. This week, Battle Creek here at home against Mount Pleasant. Next week, they head over to Lindsey Nelson Stadium and play Columbia Central. Then they're going to go down to the pit and take on Lincoln County, which
is never an easy task taking on Lincoln County.
Not exactly the pit of old.
The Falcons.
But it certainly is not an easy task. And then they're back here against Moore County on September 11th before region play starts. And that region, 5-team region, which makes the playoff push a little bit easier for local teams. They'll have Marshall County, Creekwood, Spring Hill, Battle Creek, and Montgomery Central in that region.
I just got a question. We're talking about regions right now. Keith Stacy, Jonathan Berry.
Hey, thank you, sir. Where are you from?
We just got delivered from Donut Envy.
We got some great food color y'all want. I'll pass them down.
Drinks, and they are so much appreciated, sir.
Thank you so much.
I'll take the center one here, and I'll pass them down here.
Look them up. Give them a call. And they look good. Do y'all just...
Thank you, sir.
I tell you what. What color, Lisa? Give us color.
I got a peach right
I
here.
will take red.
Okay, all right. That's strawberry. What about you? Blue or...
Clear.
Clear? Okay, there you go. Now, what I was going to ask you, and we talked a little bit about this at the coaches' media day yesterday at the Rotary Luncheon. Are we in a time where we're going to face realignment and reclassification every year? I mean,
every two.
It's
still going to be every 2 years.
Yeah.
For now, you're right. I mean, you could see a massive jump with this transfer rule that we're talking about in the CWSAA, and they are being very lenient with those waivers these days.
I think Donut Envy got him.
Donut Envy's got.
So
assume those aren't spiked, are they? I'm just making. Okay.
Reminds me of
But I mean, my thing is this: Keith Stacy, Jonathan Berry, and Chris Yao, and Lisa, all of us up here. Every 2 years, you're reclassified or your region gets realigned. How do you get a schedule set down? And do you just get the schedules done the summer before you play? I mean, is that when you figure out a schedule?
You do it before the summer. Typically, what will happen is once the new regions are aligned, one of the schools in that region will host a coaches meeting. All the coaches go to that meeting, and they will hammer out their region schedule in that meeting. And that could be done in any number of ways, from literally drawing to see when you play someone. It could be that we just agree that, hey, on this date, I need this. And then once you have your region games scheduled, then it's up to each school then to plug in those open dates with non-region foes.
Okay.
And just like you see in the world of college football, where there are some long-standing rivalries that schools don't want to go away from, such as Clemson and South Carolina, Florida,
Auburn, Alabama,
State.
Tennessee, Alabama.
Yep.
I mean, you don't want to get away from those rivals. They're huge.
No, you don't. But those are conference games.
Okay, I see.
But like Clemson and South Carolina aren't in the same conference.
Florida, but they're in the same state.
They're in the same state, so they want to keep playing each other. And high schools have those same.
I mean, Dixon County and Columbia Central.
That's
absolutely.
Okay.
As an example, because, I mean, the first game Dixon County ever played was against Columbia Central.
Okay.
Yep.
They feel pretty strong about playing Columbia
And
Central.
tonight they're meeting for the 48th consecutive time, or the 48th time.
48th time. I don't know if it's consecutive.
Okay.
Yes. But,
all right.
But those are the kind of games you get to, you have to kind of because let's say Region 5-4A, it's only a 5-team region. They've only got 4 games. They've got to fill 6 non-region games versus Region 5-2A, Mount Pleasant, has 7 teams. They've got 6 games, so they've only got to find 4 non-region opponents. So you've got to find people who are open on the same week and ready to play.
And kind of my point was with them realigning and reclassifying every 2 years, I mean, I'm sure they figure it out, but it could get a little confusing for coaches, fans, fan bases. I mean, everybody.
Yes.
I mean,
so if you're, and this is just a novice question here. So if your rival, if your tried and true rival is no longer in your region, you just got to hope and pray that you can fit them into those 4 empty spots, and it may not happen.
Let's look at Columbia Central Spring Hill.
Yes.
As an example.
They're not playing.
They played last week in that jamboree because they couldn't find a date that worked for both teams, and that's just unfortunate. That's going to happen.
Yes.
It is unfortunate. That's a big money game for both our schools.
Is for, obviously it's just a 2-year contract. You hope that in 2 years you're able to renew that rivalry on the field, and that's just kind of the way it goes. So again, this region plays really well for Battle Creek, in my opinion. I mean, you've got Creekwood, who has been decent the last couple of years. Marshall County is Marshall County. I don't think if anybody up here thinks anybody but Marshall County is going to win this region, raise your hand. I see no hands really long.
Yeah, I believe you're right. I look at their schedule; looks pretty good.
The battle for the home playoff game is between Creekwood, Spring Hill, Battle Creek, and Montgomery Central. You got to feel pretty good if you're either Battle Creek or Spring Hill in that situation. You feel like you might get a home playoff game here on your home turf. Montgomery Central.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, that's over.
That's not a fun trip.
There's no good way to get there.
Highway 7 is going to be burned up.
Yeah.
Spring Hill.
Yeah, all fall.
But what you have is, like tonight, the Summit Spring Hill game, right? I mean, that's Battle of Spring Hill.
Yes.
And if you're talking about programs and you're talking about ticket sales, the gate, you're talking about a lot of money. So you want to keep Spring Hill, and if you're Spring Hill and you're Summit, you want to keep that. You want to keep that going.
That's often what drives those rivalries staying intact.
Close enough vicinity to each other that they get a big gate that night, and that means a lot to programs, especially as they're trying to stretch a dollar as far as it can stretch nowadays. So it's important to keep those rivalries, even though realignment, reclassification is happening every 2 years.
Well, and one of the dreaded things as a coach, as a program, is when you end up in that region with the metro teams. Because they typically don't travel well. So when you're hosting Maplewood or
Lawson or
James Lawson, Pearl-Cone, they're not going to bring a large crowd typically, and you just have to eat that game.
But you're trying to fill in a full schedule too.
Yeah.
And there's somebody that would bring a bigger gate. Might be playing somebody in their region and can't fit you in. So. You are you got to play with the cards that are dealt you in that situation. Tonight, Mount Pleasant will be coming to Battle Creek. That's where we are right now doing the Maury County Public School Game Day show powered by Columbia Water Power Systems Internet. And Summit will be at Spring Hill High School. And Superintendent Ventura, you're headed over there in just a few minutes.
Yes, I am.
I think I hear the helicopter somewhere around here.
It's beginning to circle.
Dixon County and Columbia Central. How many times have they met, Chris? So this will be the 48th?
48. And here's a unique factoid. Columbia Central is on a 6-game win streak in that series. With a win tonight, the series will be evened at 24 apiece.
Wow.
They can finally get back
to 500, right.
In the series. It has been since the mid-'80s when Dixon won 8 in a row when they took the lead in that series, and Columbia Central has not been able to get it back since then. So it's going to be a huge night for Traverius Goff and his Lions.
Yeah.
Another 5-team region. Tullahoma, Lincoln County, Lawrence County, and Franklin County. If you're a Lion fan, you got to feel real good about that. Because Shelbyville is gone, and that makes
that was always a big game on that calendar. Yeah.
When you're looking about a home playoff game. Tadarius Goff got a big year ahead of him, and I think that he's obviously got a lot of returning guys, but he lost a lot, including, of course, the big man himself, Dravius Hall, who is now up at Indiana.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Has anybody had a report on Dravius of how he's been in fall camp this summer? Have you any word on that?
I've not heard.
Okay.
I think with the transfer portal so active in college sports that they keep a lot of that stuff hush anymore.
Okay.
A lot of teams have chosen not to play their spring game. And we used to
just because they don't want them. They don't want them put out there. They don't want to showcase their talent until it's time to use them in a ball game. They don't want people hounding their players, poaching their players. And I don't want to bring up a bad subject, but I mean the transfer portal has been changed right here in the state of Tennessee, and we've had a local representative that put forth a law that says you no longer, if you transfer from school A to school B, whether it's across the street, across the county, or some other part of the state, you do not have to sit out a year anymore. In the old.
Move or not.
Correct.
You had to move.
Correct.
So the sit out a year rule that stopped players from, because no good player, no players want to sit out a year and then crank it back up the next year. And if you just finished your junior year, you can't afford to do that for your senior year. So the whole rule has now been changed so that a player from, let's say, Spring Hill could decide, I'm just not digging. I'm just not in the groove at Spring Hill, and they could end up at a great receiver from Spring Hill could end up at Page after Page just graduated two of the state all state receivers. All of a sudden. But guess what? Under this new law, they don't have to sit out anymore.
That's correct. That's exactly right.
You've got to tell me that doesn't cause chaos and craziness within a football program.
Well,
now,
when you
do they have to move to that?
No, they don't.
Really?
No.
So they don't even have to. They don't even have. They don't have to move.
So you can still live here in Murray County and go to.
You can live here in Murray County and go to Page. You can live here in Murray County and go to Blackman.
Right.
Because of this new law.
That's right. Like, I'm going to charge them out of county tuition, but they can do it.
Now, I've had a couple of coaches that, we give and take some, we give and take. And I'm thinking, well, just wait until you're eyeing the state championship run next year and somebody comes in because your all-state quarterback played travel baseball with somebody up in Franklin or Nashville or somewhere, and they talked you into going and playing quarterback for them. Just wait till you lose that all-state quarterback. Then
play at Mount Pleasant this year and goes to
Miles County. Then you're going to have a problem.
Yeah, it's going to be a big, yeah.
Then when it hits you in your backyard, in your back pocket or whatever.
Well, think of the pressure it puts on a coach to have a sound enough program, a successful enough program that your especially your best players don't want to leave you.
And it changes how you can coach some kids.
Well, absolutely. You can't
know how you can coach them.
How you can handle them. I mean, you can't. Now the old days, you've got to coach like you felt you should coach. Nowadays,
you got to work with kid gloves now.
Nowadays, you don't talk to them right, or they think you're mistreating them, or the parents think you're mistreating them. They're just up and run. Lisa Ventura, thank you for being with us. Tell everybody at Spring Hill Summit game we said hello.
Yeah, the helicopter's here,
and we're on our way.
Go Raiders!
Go Raiders! She said. There she goes.
Yeah.
But it's an interesting situation that we're in. It's a new era of college football that has been broken into with the transfer portal and the NIL deals. And I'm just here to say I don't think the state of Tennessee is very far behind the college football now.
Yeah, so you think it's here to stay?
I don't unless they change the law back.
I will tell you that the TSSAA's leniency with these waivers is calculated.
I mean, supposedly the waiver you're not allowed to transfer for athletics, but you can transfer for religion, mental health, academics,
social emotional.
social emotional, and those are some very broad range areas that anybody could probably fall into at some point or make a case for themselves.
Sure. I will say that it has opened up transferring, but had the Sepecki rule, if you will, gone into full effect as he attempted to. So you got to look at, his constituents, his peers, if you will, us.
We all live in his district.
Yeah, and I think there was a lot of pushback, right? And I think when they reverted back to the bill to look identical to what TSSAA already had in place, it was almost kind of foolish to put it into law at that point because they made a ton of amendments to it. But I think had his original bill went through, it would have been, the floodgates would have opened. It would have been the Wild Wild West. It would have been absolutely crazy. So I even though there is movement, there's not as much movement as there would have been, because we do find cases now, even with kids who are attempting to go to other schools. TSSAA is already looking at investigations on, not in Murray County, but we know of students who have gone elsewhere and gone through it.
How
looking at
those
investigations.
relationships transpired between the student and whoever's at that school that they are moving to, they're
looking at everything. They're looking at coaching links. They're looking at is there really truly a bona fide change of address? We are dealing with a student athlete right now in the south part of our county, where we're really having to go through whether or not it's a bona fide change of address to allow that student to play, and we're really having to look into that. And so, TSSAA is just not green lighting. Now, I will say that it's not as much red tape or as difficult as it has been in the past with the language, but it is still difficult to make happen.
Well, and I'm going to say this is right before we go to break. I would guarantee you that the transfer rule that, they say, well, it's not about athletics. It's not about, but you know what? I would say 95% of all kids, they're using that transfer rule.
Well,
probably are connected, are pretty good athletes in one sport or another, or multiple sports.
If it's not about athletics, why is it a TSSAA
rule?
Exactly. It reminds me of that saying in the program. Remember that one scene where they're in there and they talk about when's the last time 95,000 people came to a science fair?
Exactly. And if it wasn't about athletics, they wouldn't care if they were eligible or not.
There you go.
And they do care.
This is the Murray County Public School Game Day Show, powered by the Columbia Power Water Systems Internet Systems. Available internet for you at home. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
At CSH, we know the sport of football builds discipline, character, and work ethic. 3 common characteristics of winners. It's a sport where we drowns out me. Leadership is nurtured, and that's why CSH supports all Murray County football teams, and want to say a special thanks and good luck to every player, coach, volunteer, and parent of this year's teams, from youth programs, middle schools, and high schools. We know football builds men that make a difference. Let's go.
We all live very busy lives. Sometimes we just need a break. Wouldn't it be nice to have an extra pair of hands to help out? Let me introduce you to New Dawn Cleaning Service. No job is too big or too small because they do it all, from residential to commercial. They offer standard cleaning, construction cleaning, carpet shampooing, and window cleaning. Whether you are looking for a one-time service or regular scheduled cleaning plan, New Dawn is ready to help. With years of experience, you can relax, kick back, and call New Dawn Cleaning Service at 615-977-6901.
This is David Usselton with Usselton Automotive, located in Columbia, Tennessee. We service all foreign and domestic vehicles. We take pride in our work, and we don't cut corners. We offer a 5-year, 50,000-mile warranty and loan our cars with almost every repair. We are located at 1201 South High Street in Columbia, Tennessee. You can reach us at 931-215-1765 or find more information at hustletons.com.
Hello, this is Rick Tillis from Tillis Jewelry. What is a full-service jeweler? Experienced staff, custom designers, in-house jewelry repairs, and beautiful jewelry. Yes, at Tillis Jewelry, we are passionate, knowledgeable, and committed to integrity. We strive to be the best in our community and in our profession. We build long-term relationships and become part of family traditions that will cross generations. We delight clients by providing an unparalleled selection, superior service, and exceptional value. Tillis Jewelry, we exceed your expectations.
We at Hollins Pharmacy must be doing something right. We've been providing pharmaceutical services in the Middle Tennessee area for over 60 years. The guiding principles of our business are fast, accurate, friendly, personal service. We do not have long waiting lines, and our phone calls are answered by a staff member. We strive to get to know our customers by name, not just a date of birth or number. We are your locally owned hometown pharmacy, and we appreciate your business. We urge you to come visit us at Hollins Pharmacy, 1608 Hatcher Lane here in Columbia.
Columbia Foodland is a locally owned and operated family grocery store with a full line of dry, dairy, frozen, meat, and produce items. We focus on keeping the freshest hand-cut meat and produce items daily with the most competitive prices in town. We offer weekly ad specials as well as in-store weekly specials throughout the store. Located at 427 West 7th Street in Columbia in the former Harris Foodland location. Columbia Foodland. We're here and ready to serve the wonderful people of Columbia and the surrounding areas.
Back here at Battle Creek High School as we continue the Maury County Public Schools Game Day show on the Front Porch Sports Network, powered by CPWS Internet. One more time, do not forget that if you are looking for fast, lightning speed internet, no place better to go than Columbia Power and Water.
There's a couple.
Yep.
There you go. There's a couple of options with that, isn't there? Susan and I have the $50 a month, just regular internet service, and it works fantastic.
300 megs is perfectly fine for most people.
Okay.
If you want to stream and game and do all the things at one time, then you might.
See, I'm not cool enough for all that.
Well, you've only got two people at your house too, so you got 3 or 4 kids or something like that.
Well, the dog Carl, we've caught him late night.
He's
tapping around.
He's on HBO Max, isn't he?
Yeah, I've seen him on his phone late night and kind of got on to him. So,
but yeah, if you want to get speeds up to a gig, you can get you've got 2 packages, $50 and $70. Just give us a call, 931-375-7777, or visit cpws.com and click that button that says Internet. We can find out if your address is serviceable, and then you have to tell us that the Front Porch Sports Network sent you.
Yeah.
And we'll give you a special deal.
Yeah,
so
that's what we're talking about.
It's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of excitement, and hey, if you want to stream the Front Porch Sports Network, there's no place better and no service better to do it on than CPWS Internet. You can do it on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, X/Twitter, all the things that you can find us everywhere.
Yeah, we got Summit High Schools playing Spring Hill tonight. We'll have that streaming live. Dixon County, as we said, is at Columbia Central. That'll be streaming live. So these are ball games. If you can't make it down to the ball field, which you should, it's going to be a beautiful night.
Absolutely.
Here at Battle Creek. But if you can't make it, you want to watch those games, just pull it up and hook into WKOM, Front Porch Sports Network, and across social media. And I promise you can find ball game you want to watch.
There's about 12 flags on the field as you said that, Drake.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
And And, you know, we talked about this being a special night for Battle Creek. Chris Pointer and Keith Stacy, Jonathan Berry, and Eric Perryman. You guys just chime in here when you're ready. But we see all the stripes, the zebras, the officials out there taking their picture on the sideline here as they come on the field. And why are they doing that, Chris? Why do you think they're all having their picture taken? Normally we don't see them having their picture taken. But tonight, why is tonight different?
I don't know. I mean,
because it's the inaugural game at Battle Creek High School. This is the crew.
I'll take that.
This is the inaugural crew. I really don't know, but that's just Jupiter being Jupiter.
Yeah, I was going to say.
He's just capturing the classic.
JB said because one of them was full size while they was taking the picture.
I did not say that. Yes,
we like to say.
Putting words in my hand. I could say that because I'm a large man myself, but I think they may have been practicing with their flags and make sure the britches didn't get any tighter over the offseason. Make sure they still come out. I don't know.
And I'm saying I fully believe it's because this is the first official high school varsity football game for this school in their second year of existence. They've had freshmen and sophomores last year. This year they obviously have the sophomores going in the junior class. They're taking and playing a full varsity schedule, and this is the first game tonight for the rest of time.
Can I ask you a question?
If it's not too personal.
What's the first year Alabama played football?
Oh, goodness gracious.
92, I think.
1992?
18.
No, I want to say they celebrated their. I want to say they celebrated their.
They celebrated 100 during the national championship year.
I think it was right after that arc landed or whatever.
It was the national championship year because they had the 100-year patch on the national championship jerseys in 92.
All right, so let's say
1906, 04, maybe something like, or was it? Wait, was it?
It was 1892.
There's some bad math going on over here.
1892.
Was it 1892? So
they played Birmingham High School.
They won a national title.
So can you name any of the players from that 1892 team?
No, I don't even think Bear Bryant was on that.
Catfish Jenkins was on it.
Was Wade Wallace part of the coaching staff? I don't know.
Billy the Kid, maybe.
I don't know, but my point is, we won't be around, but if the world's still around 100 years from now, these kids will be the first roster.
Sure.
The first team.
That's right.
Battle Creek
and that's
football.
pretty cool.
You know, and we tried last year. I had some folks in the community trying to figure out when was the last time we fielded a football team in high school for the first time. Because you think about it, Central, Spring Hill, and Mount Pleasant, we couldn't figure it out, but we think it was probably about 80 years ago at the earliest that we fielded a team. So this is a big first for Maury County. It's the first time a new team's taking the field in a long, long time.
In 80 plus years, maybe.
Yeah.
That's crazy to even think about that.
It really is.
Well, I know this. I know that WKOM, WKRM, they've been broadcasting Columbia Central Lions for 79 years. Is that correct?
As long as radio's been around, I reckon.
I want to say 79 years. This signal, or 103.7, has been carrying Columbia Central High sports football, and they are the original. They are the original University of Tennessee. They're the first sports affiliate, radio affiliate, out of the University of Tennessee network.
But you know, the cool thing about that is, to bring up what Keith said, this is the first roster, but if you go to Central and they've got the Lion and they've got all the traditions that they've built over that 79, 80 plus
it's
years.
79 years. I just got confirmation.
Then this is what these guys get to start. This is what they start tonight. These folks in the crowd, these cheerleaders, those players, they build this tradition so that in 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, it's just old hat.
How crazy is it to think that every single game in the history of Battle Creek School will be videoed and shown live to folks around the world?
And I promise you this.
That's crazy.
Anybody
40 minutes.
Just knowing how kids think, especially football, baseball players, that guys think. And if they when they go out from their junior year, their senior year, they graduate and go out into the world. And if they've had some success on the athletic fields, they're going to have a sense of ownership. Like, hey, they'll be keeping up with what Battle Creek's doing probably for the rest of their lives, and be saying, you know what, we kind of We kind of blaze the trail for you guys. Don't be messing it up.
Look here, first pep club, first walk for the band coming out of the band room down here tonight. I mean, it's a lot of cool stuff going on here tonight.
Absolutely, it is. Absolutely.
Let's talk a little bit about their opponent tonight as we talk a little bit about the Mount Pleasant Tigers. They are Murray County Public Schools, so I think we should definitely give them a little love. We got a few players to watch tonight. Carter Dunn, senior wide receiver, defensive back. J.P. Easterling and the 3-star recruit, Jaden McClure, who lines up at both running back and linebacker, where he will be a force to be reckoned with. And you go back to J.P. Easterling last year, 989 yards from scrimmage as a sophomore. And he's a guy that Battle Creek's going to have to find and put a hat on.
Yeah, they're definitely going to have to cover him.
He's the bell cow without a doubt.
And Mount Pleasant has also added some other pieces. The running back from Summertown. Then they got some guys from Lawrence County. I mean, they've added more.
From Summertown? Is that a transfer, maybe?
Yes.
Did they move?
I believe it was. And Coach Hartsville didn't have a whole lot of bad things to say about the transfer.
Of course he didn't.
When I asked him about that, so he wasn't bad mouthing the transfer law too bad. It's a picky rule.
And they'll return 8 starters on offense, 7 on defense. They've got 12 seniors this year, but they are coming off their first time missing the playoffs in the Kit Hartsfield era. In the Kit Hartsfield era. This team, not only are they looking to spoil Battle Creek's night, they're looking to get back on track. This is a big deal for this team. The Mount Pleasant Tigers are not used to not playing football in November.
And Coach Hartsville, he's been around now. I didn't realize, I was reading some information on him. He grew up in Lawrence County. His father's the head coach, but coached a lot of basketball. His sister coached Lawrence County High School ladies basketball team. But he was at Blackman. I mean, he's been around the block and then come back down to Mount Pleasant.
He's seen football.
Yeah.
He's telling them right now, play one, we're going to show what varsity football looks like.
Oh, he already got
play
it
one.
down.
We're going to show you what varsity football looks like.
We're going to introduce the Grizzlies to what varsity football is all about.
We're going to line up and hit you in the mouth because everybody's got a plan.
Right.
Till you get hit in the mouth.
Get hit in the mouth.
And then what?
Absolutely. I heard Keith talk earlier, and he's absolutely right. I believe all the pressure tonight is on Mount Pleasant because it's one of those deals. If you come up here and you win this game, it's going to be, you just beat a 9th through 11th grade team. But if you lose this game tonight, you got beat by a team that don't have any seniors.
You got a little egg on your face you got to wipe off when you get back home.
So the pressure's on them tonight, guys.
Kind of like fighting an old man, right?
Yeah. And many of y'all up here know Ned Rich, and he's been with the Mount Pleasant program for years. And he and I were talking, and I was asking him, I said, what do you really think about this year? And he said on paper and just what we've seen so far, this has probably been the best team that I've been a part of since I've been coaching in Mount Pleasant. And that's saying a lot. They've had a lot of great teams. I mean, we've covered a lot of great teams. I mean, when we started the radio show, we started talking about Nick Brown and the way he used to spin it and what Mount Pleasant was doing and the crowds that were showing up out there to be able to say, look, we probably got the best team that we've had since I've been here. I'm excited to see that.
And in the years we've done this show, Mount Pleasant is the only team where we've followed into the playoffs as deeply as we have.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, we started this thing in Mount Pleasant, didn't we?
We did.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, first show was in Mount Pleasant.
So we watched a lot of Mount Pleasant football through the guys, and they're a good little team.
Yeah.
It's the first year we didn't start the season at Mount Pleasant, I guess.
Yeah, I think so.
It is.
Yeah.
Because the last 2 years we've been at Mount Pleasant. So, this is a monumental night, but for Mount Pleasant,
it would have been really bad for us to start at Mount Pleasant.
Because there wouldn't have nobody been there.
Nobody would have been there.
Would have been in trouble. But we are starting with Mount Pleasant on the field, which I guess is kind of fitting in year number 3. Again, we talked about their region. They have a loaded and stacked region because here's the thing about them. They've been knocked out of the playoffs the last couple years by Decatur County Riverside. Well, they won't play them in round number 1 this year because they'll have to play them in region play. Riverside, who is facing a potential lawsuit from Rice University over their Old English R and how someone can trademark or copyright a letter that is available to anybody on Word is a little ridiculous, but who am I and what do I know? They've also got Adamsville, so they're going to have to go across the river a couple of times. But they'll also have, including Scotts Hill, they'll have to go over there. Have you ever been there? That is the worst.
It's right across Tennessee.
You go through Riverside and you keep going.
Just keep going.
You get to Riverside and keep
Tennessee
going.
River kind of there.
It is the dumbest trip I ever had. I
they're going to put some miles on our buses there for
It
sure.
was horrible. So, yeah, get ready for that. But then they've also got Loretto, Summertown, and Lewis County, who are staples in that region. So playoffs are going to be hard to come by in a 7-team region, particularly with Lewis County and Loretto, who have been really good. Summertown's on the upcoming. So, how do you guys feel that Mount Pleasant has? What about the chances they've got to make it in the playoffs this year, Pointer?
I think Mount Pleasant has a really good shot. I mean, they got the best running back in Middle Tennessee that they picked up from Summertown, and he's electric. He runs downhill. He's a big runner.
And if he can run behind McClure, that'll help too.
And then that's the other part. I mean, you got Easterling, you got McClure. They picked up a quarterback. That was one of the spots that they was hurting from. Got a quarterback out of Lawrence County High School that's going to hit all their spots. And I'm just telling you, I mean,
43 runs north, doesn't it?
It sure does. It may not run both ways. I don't know.
They figured out a way to make it happen.
Earlier, I said that there's pressure on coaches to put good teams on the field, or you're going to lose your players. And we know, and not to disparage Lawrenceburg, but Lawrence County has not had a good football program recently. So now we're seeing this rule where those guys they want to play. People want to win.
Yeah, let's talk about that Summertown zone for a little bit, because I believe, and Eric, correct me if I'm wrong, there's a portion of Summertown right there as you go past the gas station that is Murray County, and I believe those kids have a choice. Just a matter of fact, their transportation director called up here the other day asking about, because he has a whole one route dedicated to picking up those kids that live in our county that go to Summertown schools there. So
kids getting them all to build barn dominiums over there.
Yeah.
It's right in that area.
Barndo's going up everywhere in Summertown.
So think about Summertown. The Shell Station and the Quick Mart and the Sonic are in Murray County.
Yeah.
And when you take a right there, there's a big neighborhood behind them that is Murray County.
Which we appreciate their tax dollars.
That's right.
Yeah. Very much appreciate Summertown natives giving us their tax dollars.
They're out there so far, though. It is closer for them to go to Summertown, and they allow that to happen down there. So,
and from what I hear you saying, we may appreciate one of their players.
Yeah, well, maybe more.
Well, I will say this though. We've talked about the upgrades to our facilities, and there's nothing south of us. When you start talking about Summertown and Lawrence County has anything that we have, and I don't know why these young men decided to come to Mount Pleasant, but I'm sure once they inquired about what it would look like, I'm pretty sure part of the sale was like just check out our facilities.
Well,
it's very easy to make. Very easy.
You think about it, facilities, and Chris just said a while ago, we're streaming all these games now, live on Facebook.
Sure.
Most schools are doing that, but not everybody's doing that yet. So you come up here, there's game tape of you playing every Friday night. And if you put a show on, somebody's going to see you do it.
It's out there forever. You can go back and get it.
And we know that these streams are being viewed thousands of times apiece over the course of their lifetime, and they're never taken down, so you can always go back and pull one up.
And you compare that to JB's career, and he had to dig through an old
He had to get reels
to get a picture of himself coming off the field.
Yeah, I just found I didn't dig through it. Somebody sent that to me. But what I'm telling you about, that makes perfect sense though for tonight though. These college coaches, if they recruit on Friday nights, they may not have to travel like they used to.
They ain't got to get up and go.
They can get on that iPad and sit there and watch any kid they want to on multiple devices.
And
and then direct message them on Twitter, and you're good to go.
Yeah,
you've done all your job.
And I can assure you, they're not traveling, and they're not. They're watching film. They got people on the ground that are telling them what's going on.
And they don't have to spend that money on the chopper, so they can give them to the NIL fund.
Exactly.
And as we
private jet's gone.
As we said earlier, we were talking about the transfer rule, but there's a lot of moving parts onto why, say, a player, a great running back from Summertown, ends up at Mount Pleasant. There's personnel that moves around. There's a number of things. There's conversations that are had. There's just a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of moving parts to a player transferring to another school. I'm sure there's some very tough decisions that are made by their family. There are probably some within that football community. Coach Stacy, I'm sure there's some people that
There'll be friendships that are broken over.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Guarantee you that.
And this is just this is just the first year that the rule is going into effect for, I guess, many moving forward, unfortunately. But, things will just probably get more complicated and chaotic for all football programs across the state of Tennessee as we move forward.
I think you're right, and these high school coaches are starting to move around just as much as college coaches are. So at what point do the kids start following the coach?
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, we know that loyalty within the coaching ranks of college and NFL football, there's no such thing.
No, not
at all. And
what
the
is
reason
that?
And the reason is
if you want loyalty, buy a dog, Drake.
And the reason is people in that type of high profile job are always kind of looking for the next higher profile job, and you know what I mean?
This whole thing.
It's all about the Benjamins, baby.
It is.
And that's what I'm afraid high school is going to get about.
And high school is so different now, and Chris will tell you he's got young kids, and JB does. My kids are in their mid-20s, but when Nathan was playing baseball, we could go to Tullahoma or we could go somewhere, and somebody would come up and talk to him. You say, how do you know them? He said, they're my friend on whatever, on Snapchat.
Instagram or whatever.
The community of kids is so
the network,
so small.
The world is small.
Yeah, because, when we were kids, you hung out with the people you lived close to or you went to church with. That's how that works.
Your church and who you played Little League with. Yeah. That's it. Those was your friends.
It's a different world out there now.
I guarantee you tonight, you go up to Buffalo Wild Wings or Jonathan's, and there'll be kids up there with their family or by themselves from Summit, Battle Creek High School, and Spring Hill High School, and they're all being together. That didn't happen 20, 30 years ago.
You wouldn't have caught me dead with them people.
No, exactly.
And it's still hard to do it now.
It just is what it is.
Keith will tell you something was wrong with them people up in Chapel Hill when we grew up. What are you doing crossing that river up there, right?
Don't go down or up there.
Why are
don't
we doing
go over there at all. All right, guys, listen here. We got one more segment, and we're gonna make some picks when we come back. We got what, 3 games? 3 games?
Yeah, we got 3. We got, besides the Battle Creek Mount Pleasant, which we are live right now.
We might even talk about Farmageddon. We might get a pick on Farmageddon.
We might talk about Farmageddon from Dublin, Iowa, Iowa State, and Kansas State. Tomorrow morning, 11 o'clock.
We're not talking about Cracker Barrel.
They're remodeling. Did you hear the news? They're remodeling.
I had no idea.
I had no idea.
Had not heard.
Look it
The
up.
stock prices dropped like 25%.
Somebody said they took the cracker and the barrel out of it.
Took it all. I don't know what we're doing, guys. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back here on Front Porch Sports Network, powered by CPWS Internet.
This is Hal Landers, owner of Landers Insurance Agency. We are an independent agency representing the famous Erie Insurance Group. Landers Insurance Agency has been committed to providing great rates and great service since 2002. Whether it's home and auto or business or life insurance, we've got you covered. 24/7 in-house claim service, we've got that too. Visit Landers Insurance at 514 North Garden Street, Columbia. Call us at 931-380-2003. Our website is landersinsuranceagency.com, and follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
Office space available in beautiful downtown Columbia. Kennedy Broadcasting Company, WKRM and WKOM, has 3 offices for rent in its downtown building. Each office is approximately 18 by 18, and each includes a closet-type storage area. Included are utilities, Wi-Fi, and communal break area. Contact Station Manager Clayton Harris at 931-626-3131.
I'm Justin George.
I'm Corey Muehlbauer.
Together, we are Columbia Motor Company.
Columbia Motor Company offers quality pre-owned vehicles at an affordable price, along with many financing options to keep you in your budget.
We are veteran and locally owned. We are located just off of Carmack Boulevard in downtown Columbia. You can also follow us on Facebook and Instagram, or visit our website at columbiamotorcompany.com.
If you want a different and enjoyable car buying experience, please give us the opportunity here at Columbia Motor Company.
Hello, I'm Rick Whitley.
And I'm Daniel Pollard from Jones & Lang Sporting Goods. We would like to take this opportunity to thank all of you for the many years of support. Since 1966, Jones & Lang has been locally owned and operated and supplying teams from T-ball to college. Stop by and see what we can do for you. We offer a wide variety of services from silk screening and embroidery to our custom trophy and awards department.
We're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday, 9 to noon. Remember, Jones & Lang Sporting Goods, the look of a winner.
Welcome back into Maury County Public Schools Game Day Show, live here on the Front Porch Sports Network, powered by CPWS Internet. Here comes the band. Here comes the painted up fellas on the field who will be running flags here momentarily. Right now, though, we've got the main man of Battle Creek High School, the former main man of Battle Creek Middle School, Mr. Mike Kennard.
Hey guys,
welcome in, man. It's been a good time since a long time since we've had you on, but we're excited to have you back.
Thanks, I appreciate it. It's good to be here. Super excited about this first varsity football game. It's been a great day. A lot of excitement in the building. Had a great pep rally, and our kids are just not just the players, but everybody in the building is fired up about tonight.
Yeah, Coach Principal Kennard, we had Coach Burham and a couple of his players earlier in the show, and you know how Coach Burham is. He's kind of a funny, jolly guy until you start talking football with him. Then everything gets kind of calm and quiet and very serious.
It's serious real fast.
And but tonight is really a special night. I mean, it's the first game of the varsity schedule, first varsity schedule ever for Battle Creek High School Grizzlies, and just can you put a little your perspective on it?
Man, it's so hard to put into words. Well, I don't think that these kids realize what they're about to experience and how they're going to look at this back when they get to be my age. It's just, it really is.
The rest of their lives.
It really is an exciting time, an exciting night for this school, this community, and these parents, just everybody who's involved.
Hey, Mike, how was the atmosphere this week at Battle Creek High School? This being the first TSSAA varsity game, the pep rally and all that stuff?
I could tell that the general student body was super excited, and the football team was a little more reserved than I've ever seen them. I think they do realize the magnitude of what they're about to step into.
And we talked about earlier the opponent, Mount Pleasant Tigers, and they by no means are any type of first game soft opponent. The Coach Hartsfield talked about. He and some people in the know talked about this might be one of the better teams that Mount Pleasant had, and they've had some pretty good teams, Mike, up until in the past few years. So it's going to be a tough test all the way around.
Yes, sir, they have, and there's no doubt about that. And when I was standing in the end zone during their warm-ups at the Jamboree last week, I thought, man, they got some athletes on that side of the field.
Right.
It's going to be a real challenge tonight for our guys.
Loaded at the running back position with a couple of great running backs, and but now as we look, we talk about juniors with no seniors moving into a varsity schedule. And we were talking about just a few minutes ago the culture, the winning culture that these kids from last year, which I felt as though they performed pretty darn well for a first year school, and then that their expectations of this year and then next year will not be the first graduating class of Battle Creek High School here in Spring Hill. They will take the ownership of that with them the rest of their lives.
Yes, they will. And these boys, these 11th grade boys, came in last year as 10th graders and acted like seniors. So by the time they get to be seniors next year, they will have been 3-year leaders of the program, and I really hope that helps them carry through next year. Next year could really be something special for this school.
I was going to say that it's rare to get that.
Yes.
And so when you get a chance to harness that leadership for that long, the kids who walk out of here as the first graduating class, will be exceptional leaders in our community and other communities around the country.
Yes, we have an exceptional group of young people anyway. I knew that when I came across the street to open this building. But the fact that they stepped in and stepped up to the fact that they were basically seniors as 10th graders and seniors as 11th graders, it's going to be real interesting to see what they do next year.
And they may dip out early on the
No, I'm sure, and within the administration here at Battle Creek High School and the faculty, there has to be a sense of pride and ownership you guys take on your end, your professional end. I mean, you came through Battle Creek Middle School, right? And then, so a lot of familiar faces that you saw 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, you've got right now in high school. And so you've kind of taken ownership of it. You spend a lot of time around these kids, and they, I'm sure they mean a lot to you. And, of course, you get new kids that come in and kids that leave. But the core of them, I would say, a lot of them are familiar faces from middle school.
Yes, and it's amazing how quickly the new kids who step into our environment adjust and adapt and like it. They like a structured environment with students who are serious about everything that they do. And we've had success across the street at the middle school, putting trophies in the trophy case and putting placards up for good grades and excellence in the classroom, and the same thing's starting to happen over here.
That's just terrific news. You couldn't have said any. I couldn't have said it any better. Mike Kennard.
Quick question.
Okay.
I think I know the answer to this. Who's going to win tonight?
Battle Creek Grizzlies. Go Grizzlies. I even have my towel.
We got the rally towel and everything.
That was a loaded question.
Yeah, no kidding. What are you going to say? Yeah. Guys, we're going to take our final break. When we come back, our picks, and it's going to be a lot of fun. We'll see what the panel thinks about the opening week of high school football here in Murray County on the Murray County Public Schools Game Day Show on Front Porch Sports Network. We'll be right back right after this.
Hello, I'm Rick Whitley. And I'm Daniel Pollard from Jones & Lang Sporting Goods. We would like to take this opportunity to thank all of you for the many years of support. Since 1966, Jones & Lang has been locally owned and operated and supplying teams from T-ball to college. Stop by and see what we can do for you. We offer a wide variety of services from silk screening and embroidery to our custom trophy and awards department.
We're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday, 9 to noon. Remember, Jones & Lang Sporting Goods, the look of a winner.
Hi, I'm Robert Rogers at Parks Motor Sales Buick GMC.
And I'm Michael Parks Lawrence at Parks Motor Sales Buick GMC.
Together, we're Mr. Bobby Parks' grandsons, and we run his dealership, and we are glad to be part of our local community.
Being family-owned and operated, we invest heavily in our community.
We do things like sports teams, schools, bands, you name it. We try to help everybody we can.
The reason why we do this is because we all love this community.
So come do business with us, your neighbors, at Parks Motor Sales in Columbia, Tennessee, right off Nashville Highway, or at parksmotorsales.com.
We are back here on the Murray County Public Schools Game Day Show on Front Porch Sports Network, presented by CPWS Internet. We're getting ready for kickoff here, and it will be happening here in just a few moments across Murray County and across the state of Tennessee. But before we get there, we got some picks to make.
Let's do some predicting. Let's just do this game last, okay?
That's what we usually do, I believe.
We'll do this one last, and we'll get deep into this one here.
I don't want to talk about some easy ones, but Zion Academy at Lewis County. What do you think, JB?
Well, I've got one of my younger daughters. She attends Zion, and I believe they're going back to 11-man football this year. I don't know. We may see, but I think I'm going to go with Lewis County.
That's probably a good pick.
Yeah, there might be some growing pains coming back into that.
Hey, you can't never count out Spoon Simlin.
Exactly. Well, and I've been watching. They've got a running back on there. I can't remember the kid's last name, but he looks pretty quick.
All right. What do you think?
Lewis County's going to make it a long night out there tonight.
Lewis.
Well, it'll be a little shorter in the second half.
Yes,
don't you think?
So, that running clock will be nice.
It's going to be real nice.
I'm going to go out on a limb right here. I'm going to take Lewis County.
All the way out on that limb.
I'm going to take the Panthers.
It's free money Friday, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's an easy one, folks.
I think you stayed on the trunk on that call there. Right? You didn't go out on a limb.
You can book it.
Columbia Academy hosting Fayetteville City. This ought to be interesting because Columbia Academy is missing their starting quarterback with an ACL. They lost their best lineman to Baylor.
Macaulay.
It's somewhere in Chattanooga.
There was a new transfer rule, right?
Yeah, they've got a.
I think the reason was I think he listed academics.
Yeah, they've got a couple of other ankle injuries and one more. Oh, Jax Hickerson is out with an ACL for the year. So CA might have some trouble tonight with Fayetteville City.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going to put Fayetteville City on that one.
Yeah, head coach Seth Anderson. I mean, they've been decimated by injuries, and it's not like little tweak injuries.
No, they're seasons.
I mean, it's like season ended. So,
and Keith will tell you, when Fayetteville City broke off from Lincoln County, a lot of athletes are at Fayetteville City. A lot of athletes. It changed the game big time.
Remember when I talked about how the pit ain't the pit no more? That's why.
I say Fayetteville City may out-athlete them tonight.
They got those slug burgers down there.
I got Fayetteville City.
I'm gonna go with Coach Fayetteville City.
He's got the system over there. So what are you gonna do?
Keep track
you want to go? Let's stay in Columbia. You want to go with Columbia? Dixon County at Columbia. The 48th meeting. Columbia. The record right now is Columbia was won 23 out of 48. Dixon County obviously has won 24 out of 48. So Columbia can get to 500, even with 24 and 24.
I think they're going to bring it to 500. I haven't seen Columbia play this year, but I'm just going to go out there on a limb like you did earlier. I believe Columbia brings it even, and then we'll see how they do after that.
I agree. I think Dixon's been down the last few years. Columbia has a good chance at home to go get them tonight for sure. I pick Columbia.
I agree with Eric. Dixon, like some of the other old stalwarts in the area, I don't think are quite what they used to be. I've got Columbia.
Pointer said no scores. We're not giving out, not throwing out our scores. We'll give a score on the last one. We'll give a score on the last one.
Right.
How about this? All right. What you got?
I was just going to say, everything coming out of Columbia Central this year has been kind of quiet. And,
this is the first year they've been a little quiet.
Last year I was hearing a little bit more noise out of Columbia Central. This year I hear something quiet. And I think this kind of quietness means this kind of stealth atmosphere. And I'm going to take Columbia Central tonight.
Daniel Booker, book it.
Okay.
That kid can play. All right, how about the Mayoral Cup just across Highway 31, Spring Hill?
How many miles
Summit?
is it from here to Spring Hill
As
campus?
a crow flies?
It's about 4 by Crow.
What's that?
About 4 by Crow.
Okay. All right. Okay.
We may be actually closer to Summit than we are
Okay.
to high school.
Maybe.
Right here,
We're right in the middle of them for sure.
Okay.
We're right in the middle. But yeah, I've got, Summit. Their team's been around for a while, and they were a new school that started just like Battle Creek High School did in this area. They proved themselves state championship. I believe Summit's got it tonight. I believe Spring Hill's going to turn the corner, though, this year, hopefully with some new leadership. But I believe Summit's going to edge them this evening tonight.
I think it may be that short second half over there tonight, too. I say Summit.
Yeah.
A lot of new kids over there.
Yeah.
Summit. I got Summit.
Summit. I think Spring Hill's going to hit them in the mouth and fight hard. But Summit's just going to have too many weapons.
I think
a lot of change. I think they're going to have to get settled. They'll be great later on in the year.
Yeah, I would say probably into the second half. That's where the difference is going to be made. And
here's what I'm going to tell you.
So Summit,
we got Summit across the board. I'm telling you, last year 28-16 was the final score. First time that Spring Hill had scored more than one touchdown against Summit in 7 years, since Jay Emmons beat them over here in 2017.
Yep.
I got the Spring Hill Raiders with the upset tonight. Mark it down.
Let's keep a close watch on that.
All right.
Coach is getting his first win in his first game. Y'all watch it.
I'd like to see it.
I understand where you're coming from because rivalry games are up there.
Rivalry game.
Just tell them they can't tear the goalpost down.
New quarterback over at Summit.
Yep.
They got a lot of question marks.
Right.
Hey, it's a night at Spring Hill, too.
JT's getting the win, baby. JT's getting the win.
Good night to go out and prove something at Spring Hill.
All right, here we go.
Let's do this game tonight. We got Battle Creek at home, their first varsity game, JB against Mount Pleasant.
I think all the pressure's on Mount Pleasant. Like I said earlier, they've got everything to lose. But I think it's going to be a close game. But I believe Mount Pleasant's going to edge them out tonight, 21-17.
Okay. What about Eric?
Chris and I have a lot invested in this facility we're sitting in tonight. A lot of hours, a lot of blood, a lot of sweat, a lot of tears, and I believe in the long run it's going to bring some really great nights and championships to Murray County over the next few years. This is the second step. They had a GAV team last year. This first game's the second step for a young club. I talked to someone in Lawrence County today that said this running back from Summertown, he might could play him by himself, is what the man said.
Goodness gracious.
So I think it might be a short half here, second half. I hope Battle Creek punches them in the mouth. I think it's probably going to be somewhere around 28-7, though, maybe.
Okay. All right. What about you guys down here?
All right, so I was talking to Chris today about this Battle Creek team 2 years ago as 8th graders. They played in the county middle school championship. They did lose that game to Whitthorne. But this bunch of sophomores, they went through that middle school season and they beat everybody but Whitthorne. So I believe they think they can win.
That's important.
But they haven't seen the junior and senior class of this Tiger team that's coming in here tonight. I agree with everything Eric said, almost down to the score. I got 24-7 Mount Pleasant.
Yeah, and I echo what you guys are saying. Mount Pleasant's running game, solid defense and running game will eventually win the day. And I'm going to say it's going to be a little higher. I'm going to say 35-10 Tigers.
So. I got 35-13.
Okay.
35-13.
Missed an extra point or 2 field goals.
Hey, Battle Creek will have their day.
Whichever one.
Hey, Battle Creek High School will have their day. It's just not going to be tonight.
13 points. If Battle Creek puts up 13 points tonight, they've punched some people in the mouth, and that'll be impressive.
And I think it's going to be close early. I just think the weapons that – I mean, Kid is a great coach. We've seen him. We've seen him coach. We've seen how they scheme the offensive side of the ball, the defensive side of the ball. I think once they figure each other out and then they can turn their weapons loose, it's going to be tough for Battle Creek to counter that, and I just think they're just going to kind of break away with it. But, again, I think Battle Creek is poised where they're located in our county, similar to Mount Pleasant, right up against the edge where kids can Lawrence County can easily come over. You'll have kids from Williamson County coming down here, and they're going to turn the corner, and we're going to be up here talking about, remember when they had their first season, in the first game they played, they got beat by Mount Pleasant, and now they're playing for a state championship. I mean, it's coming.
It's going to be a lot of fun, a great season ahead. Don't forget, you can stream us every single week right here on the Front Porch Sports Network, powered by CPWS Internet. Thank you guys for joining us. Thanks to everybody here. We're going to say good night and send it up to the booth. Have a great one.
Thank you.